Welcome to the show. We're glad you're here. Grab a cold one, maybe a beer. Stay alert in the chat. Giveaway prizes. Heck, maybe we'll give away Uncle Bill's cowboy hat. Jim's his sidekick, wouldn't you know? Uncle Extra Medium in the show. Smash that like button and subscribe. Let's all be part of hashtag Uncle Bill's Tribe. Hashtag Uncle Bill's Tribe.
Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, and all the ships at sea, yes, we're back. We're back. After a hiatus, we missed 2 weeks in a row. What were you guys doing? What could you possibly have been doing with your Saturday nights without Uncle Bill's Saturday night, whatever this is? Welcome, guys. Thanks for guys. I'm sure you found something to do.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Not you guys necessarily.
No.
What? Could you get a little close, Mark? Can you get a little closer to that? Whatever that mark is on your forehead. That's,
Uncle Bill's dermatology show.
Yeah.
Let's check for moles and.
It's just Gorbachev imitation.
It's all
impersonating Gorbachev. Yeah.
We're trying a new format now. It looks like we're looking through gunshot wounds or something, circles. Sharp inside a circle. It's a new format. Hey, they're really spending their time wisely where they come up with this.
Yeah.
You know, what a feature. Okay, so let's say hi to the chat. There's hardly anybody here, but we'll say hi anyway. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Let me see. ArtCo's here already. Mark's here already. Captain Joe in the chat. And Nana's at it. We got Brad. Welcome. Welcome. Okay,
Brad.
that's it. I said Brad.
That's it.
Did I say it right?
Wow. Yeah, you did it right.
Thank you for correcting me. Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Brad.
Brad.
Anyway, so I haven't seen you guys in a while, and yet I have nothing to talk about. I mean, I did buy some. Hey, Brian, you want to come?
Brian.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy. And Scott Nadeau.
Scott's
got something to do.
You've got an OM6, haven't you?
Oh,
yes, I do, and so do you.
Yeah.
hold on, I'll be
You
back.
do, Soldier Boy. Let me see. We got to bring in, and of course, the effervescent Lon of the Denard. Welcome in, Lon. Look, and I've talked about this before on other streams and like that, but not my streams. Yes, I got an OM6, and so did Dominic, because he's just a copycat.
Yeah.
Couldn't just me have one?
No, you put me out of the line.
Yeah.
Because, and Lon has made me aware that this has been out for a while, and the 7's about to come out.
Yeah.
But,
Somebody.
I'm sure the 7 will have all kinds of features I wish I had.
Yeah, it was 37% off, so I thought I'd pull the trigger.
That's rocking. Well, how much is that in real money?
It was 129 Australian dollars.
I said real money.
Right.
So what is
$89 probably.
129 Australian.
Let's go Australian
Like $89.
dollars
£49 when I bought mine.
to USD. Okay. Here's the converter, and we'll put in the 80. What did you pay? 129?
129.
129. No, Lon, he got a deal. $79.97.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
$10 off
Yeah, it's $10 less than I paid.
than what I thought.
Yeah. Because I paid $89. Yeah.
65.
Well, that means mine's better than yours. That's how that
By
works.
at least $10 worth.
At least.
149 12 months ago because I've just renewed my
And to warn people, if you have a Rode mic or you have some other microphone system, wireless mic system you want to use with your whatever you're putting on a DJI product like this as an example, which is only holding a phone, but whatever. You can't use the Mimo app.
Can't. Nemo.
You can, but you can't use the Mimo app. The Mimo app only accepts DJI microphones.
Ah,
It's like,
okay.
it's like,
I
oh,
never even tried it.
yeah, no, you can't. No, you can't use an external one. So then
Yeah.
so I was like, well, okay. I don't have to use the Mimo app. The thing works without it. It's just that Mimo's convenient because everything you do, it pops up and it tells you what you're doing. You know what I mean? You're picking a different. You take you're locking. You want to lock this, or you want to go into
Hey,
FPV
Brad.
mode. I don't know why anybody would do FPV mode on a phone with a camera, but there's like 4 modes on here, and that's the only one thing because everything else, it's obvious what you just did. You know what I mean? You click the little round button twice, and the phone goes like that. Okay, I don't need the app to tell me that I just did that. And
Mhm.
you spin the wheel and it zooms. Well, I don't need the app to tell me that I just zoomed. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, spin
Right.
that
The
wheel.
mode that you're in can be annoying because the little icons for it on the front of the stick are very small.
Uh-huh.
But there's only 4, so you just got to remember 1, 2, 3, 4 what they are. So if you do that, you can use an outside app. And what I discovered works great is Open Camera, which has been around forever.
Cool.
Open Cam is and it's free, totally free. It's open source, and it works just fine with this thing. And the thing does whatever it's supposed to do. And I just got to remember
What about tracking?
yeah, all of it. It
Tracking
doesn't
works?
need the app to track. Yeah, no, it tracked my face when I moved it around. So no, because camera apps. I mean, I was tracking my face, but your camera apps have you can spread a box on something, and it'll
Yeah.
focus on that area, and it picks it up and then it just follows it.
Yeah. Oh, so you can set it down
Well,
and walk around, and the gimbal will spin around and follow you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, there you go.
I'm
There you
Michael.
go.
There you go.
I thought it might have been a little slower than the Mimo following me, but it did follow me, so that's fine.
Oh, okay.
If I'm doing, I can use my wireless mic just perfectly fine with it. So there you go.
Oh,
Maybe down the road I'll get myself a mini mic. I know mic mini. How much are they?
$169, I
Yeah,
believe.
twice as
but
much
you
as I
can buy
paid for
it.
this.
Well, you can buy the mic by itself for like $60 if you don't need the
receiver.
yeah, the receiver.
Hey,
If you don't need the receiver, you can buy the mic by itself for like $60. So
Well, what does the receiver plugs into what? Can it plug into a phone?
to a camera or a phone
USB-C?
or yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe
I don't know
something
if you need it or not. If it works wirelessly though.
the one I have,
Yeah.
yeah. But like I said, like you said, the tracking, I think it was a little slower, but it did track my face. Now, facial recognition is something that cameras have. Maybe that's what I was seeing. I don't know. I'll have to track something else.
Well, you just set it down, and if it follows you around, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If the phone does this and follows you around, then it sounds like you're good to go.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that, to tell you the truth, but I barely touched the stupid thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could have left it
Well,
in the
what I
box.
did was I moved the stick around, and the stick and the camera turned and stayed on my face.
Yeah,
cool.
but I mean, automatically, you know what I mean? You can set the Osmo 6 down, and then it'll face track.
I know. I didn't set it down, but I did the opposite. It was here, focused on my face, and I put it over here, and it turned and stayed on my face.
So you didn't have to use the sticks.
No.
'Cause I thought I heard you say
No. I was holding the handle. I didn't do
Mhm.
anything. I just went like this, and the camera turned and stayed on. The only thing I noticed is I think with the Mimo app, it was a little quicker. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I have to play with it some more.
That's amazing. Hey, Lloyd, thanks for the gift card. I bought toffee with it.
Yeah, I know. I see that. Yeah, it's like
Cool
You're
Cat's
quite
here. How you
welcome.
doing, Cool Cat? Welcome in. Bent Rail. Bent Rail does not have.
we got
right.
Susanna. She's in the
hi,
chat.
Susanna.
Kitty.
Oh,
You know,
Susanna. Welcome in.
Yeah, Maury Horn, proud single mother.
Cool.
And she is. She's very proud.
you know, I
What
sent
kind of kid does she have, I wonder? Sorry.
Yeah.
Lon, I sent you that. You know, I sent those emails all out at the same time. The gift cards, and I guess on Art Show last night, Joey texted me. He says, "Did you get my address right? Did you send me that card?" I said, "Yeah, like on the 26th." He says, "Did you send it by mail or did you email it?" And I said, "I emailed it."
Mm-hmm.
Could you resend it? And fortunately for me, they have a resend area there, so I can resend his. So, yeah, and he got it.
As long as it's not cashed in. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he hadn't cashed it in because it said he hadn't picked it up yet. It was still sitting there. Like yours and Phillips were already. I couldn't do that with, but his was the only one I could do that with. So he got it. It's like
that's cool.
Do you guys like this circle thing?
Yeah.
It's
okay, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. The good thing about it is it helps Art not have his puppets and stuff.
That is, I see that as a positive. That's really a good thing.
And me too, because I thought about it when he got his out, and I went, "Nope, there's no room for it." Oh well.
Yeah, he does make it a puppet-free zone. Yeah,
it makes it puppet-free. Unless you like move your camera way back, I guess, and you could be like a teeny tiny little head, like this big. I trust you,
like a pinhead.
Yeah, you could be like a little head.
I mean, they also have the regular.
Yeah, I know, but that leaves room for puppets.
Why would you name it? Why should we be regular?
I think that's kind of Oh, I'm not mirrored anymore. That's right. Every time you guys, I go from restream to StreamYards, I got to change everything.
Oh,
look at that!
Oh, there you go.
I kind of like
that.
That
was good.
Yeah, that's
that was not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
All right,
and you can change the radius, like this or like that.
Oh, keep going. That's perfect.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
It's like old timey radio.
Okay.
Yeah, turn it back.
I see what it was. I had it this way on purpose, so when I point that way, it's that way.
Oh, okay.
I got it on purpose because I don't put up a lot of words. So I don't give a F if you can read my T-shirt or not. But when I do one of these, I'd rather it be the direction I wanted to point. You know what I'm saying?
So Bent Rail says, "Wow, I'm blue on my first day." I could have sworn I saw him in here. Maybe I've seen him on somebody else's stream.
I think it's more on Art's.
On what?
Art's show.
Art show. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew I saw him before.
He's been on many streams.
He's been on various other streams.
No, he's got a good channel. He's got a couple hundred videos, I think, or 92 videos. 92 videos.
I remember those days.
What?
Oh, when I had hundreds of videos on my channel.
Yeah, how many you got now?
5, 10, who knows? Yeah, I deleted my channel and started over 3 times actually now.
Wow,
I have probably 500 or 600 videos. I bet you for a while there.
And the world became a sadder place.
I will be back in a moment. My camera is screwing up, so I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Boy, you look pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that. So
you're well-rounded.
Well-rounded. You kind of look like a target right there, like you're in somebody's.
There you go.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Yeah,
there he is.
Something's going on with my Logitech, so I'm having to use my
Barkley's here.
Integrated.
Hi,
camera,
Barkley.
So.
Barkley.
Buff.
Hey, Barkley.
Buff.
What? Are you feeling okay? Lloyd, you sound a little. You okay?
Yeah. It's just in the evening, my voice starts getting kind of gravelly, especially if I've been on other shows and talking a lot. So yeah.
Yeah.
You mean
he's on his 43rd cigarette at this point? So
you didn't save your voice.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I wasn't 100% sure you was going to be on, so I got it. I didn't get a nap today either. I've been up too long. So.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I got a headache myself.
Yeah,
you sound like the grumpy vlogger tonight.
Yeah.
I did get a nap today.
It's sexy as hell, but it sounds tired. I'm sorry, what, Art?
I did get a nap in today to try out my new step stool that I bought on Amazon. So now you know you're old when you need a step stool to get into bed.
Or you're just really short.
Or you're 4'6", but what? Oh, Mark is waiting in the wings. I was
going to ask you about Mark.
I'm going to go shut this light.
Mark was here, and then he left.
And he's back again.
There he is.
And he's
Oh,
there.
oh, and then he's
And then he's gone
gone.
again.
Oh, wait.
Then he's gone.
And he's stop teasing us,
I think he
bitch.
got scared. He said, "Oh shit! What the
Yeah,
hell's
let's-
wrong with this picture?"
Oh no, he's back again. And look,
Hey, he's back.
I'm not at
Mark
your beck and
White
call.
back again.
Here, let's send one to Mr. B too, because
Ah,
no,
there you go.
we got
Let's see
that.
if we
We
can
got
get
the
him
short. He's not in the chat, but we got the short link now, so
Yes.
he can't navigate
Swanky.
that long link. He gets lost.
Ah,
Hey, Bill and maybe Art. You guys have Dunhams in your town?
Oh,
You guys
I
have
know
Dunhams?
Huh?
I don't think Art's actually in the market for a new gun. Dunham's is having like a big ass sale on guns. It's
Really?
insane. Yeah.
Oh, really? I haven't
went
looked.
in-
We've got one here.
Yeah, I went in and I'm like,
No,
I need another gun, right? But I bought a Taurus is an okay brand,
Well,
but they have a Taurus 9mm concealed, the G3C for
Mhm.
$200.
Oh, that's not
Oh.
bad.
$200.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
mhm.
and then they have a brand I'm not real familiar with. It's made in Turkey or whatever, but it's a Escort. It's a bullpup semi-automatic 12 gauge in the bullpup style for $300, and it's normally $500 or $600.
Steve
Wow.
So I
Janesh,
was like,
you're on Art's channel, by the way. That's
Yep.
and
You're
we're
on
on
Art's.
on my channel.
Mhm.
You could tell them that instead of continually chatting with them on your own channel in the background, so that you can get some. I know what you're doing there, Artie.
yeah, Art.
Okay. Yeah. Did the volume just drop? I don't know.
I don't
No,
know.
that's fine.
I
That
mean,
sounds fine to me.
Well, here, that's what Cool Cat says.
Oh, maybe it's just him though. He asked the question: is it just me? And the answer is yes.
It must be just you then.
Yes. The
Yeah,
answer is
yeah.
yes.
It could
Well, we
be
sound
just
good
you,
to
yeah.
us. I'm putting it out there so that maybe someone else in the chat can tell us whether our volume dropped.
Any rate, the 12 gauge bullpup for $300. I don't know, man.
Cool.
I don't know. It's tempting, but the Taurus 9mm concealed for $200. I'm like,
Yeah.
here. I go here. Take my $200, man.
What
Taurus
about
makes a halfway decent
SKS?
gun.
Have SKS gone down again?
I don't know. I didn't look for SKS.
Ah,
So I don't
okay.
know. Taurus is
got
as low as
mine-
I'm going.
When I got
I got a
Well, I
Taurus.
got
that I got a that I
$55.
love, actually.
Jody.
I got a Taurus 9mm.
Jody.
Whatever.
G2?
It shoots great. Never jam. I mean, it's just I like it. I don't know.
Is it concealed or not concealed?
You carry concealed.
Is it small? The concealed
Yeah.
version or the standard version?
Yeah, 3-inch barrel. Yep.
Oh, so yeah.
2 3/4.
Yeah.
3. I forget. It's a 908 Slim. But it's great gum. It's the one I won. I won that at a for $5. I bought one $5 ticket at
It's a 9mm.
at a bike rally. Won a 9mm. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Was it 10 round mag?
8.
8.
Slim is a
Eight.
single.
So it's a really small. Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, I mean the Slim is a single. It's not a stacked magazine. It's a single.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Yeah, I don't
got
know.
the
but it's
You got
not
the,
really small. I mean, honestly, I don't see how they're even concealed to begin with anyway. If you're wearing normal clothes in Florida, because wearing bulky clothes here, and they all imprint. I mean, now my little Ruger LPT2 that fits in my front pocket and shoots, and I could shoot 380s. They actually make a 9mm version of that, but that seems a little. But and I like it, and it
Wow.
I like that gun too, and that doesn't. It looks like you have your wallet in your front pocket. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
I like-
everybody to each their own. There's such thing as too small, in my opinion, when it comes to handguns. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, especially when you start talking about 9mm and whatnot. I like to have a firm grip on my weapon,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
what
not
she
a big
said.
fan of having it all. You know what I'm saying? maybe it's just me.
It is.
I like a medium-sized gun. I'm okay with medium-sized. You know what I'm saying? My Sig is full size, and I don't have a problem. But in Michigan, we're open carry anyway.
It's not that
So-
small. It fits in my meat hook pretty well.
Yeah,
and actually,
he's-
what I did was I get a magazine with just one extra bullet and a what do you call it? I changed the end on it so it wraps around
Right.
the bottom of my finger. So my finger doesn't hang off it or anything. My finger hangs off the 380 off the LPT 2.
Right, and I don't like that.
Yeah, but that's like there's no kick to that. I did,
Well, 380 and a 9mm is the same, isn't it?
pretty I mean, there's more kind of.
More powder in a 9 than a 380. Is that what it boils down
Well,
to?
you can buy different. You could buy different loads. You could buy a chunkier load, and it depends on the
Yeah.
gun and how it's designed. I mean, it just doesn't seem to. I tell you, it's easier. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I have that 38 special, and it's a heavy, old-fashioned 1941 gun.
Revolver.
Yeah, and that's fun too. But that doesn't exactly have a big kick either because it's heavy.
Well, yeah, there's something to be said for mass. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
There's something to be said for some mass. That's all.
I use that excuse all the time. That's right.
To each their own, man. I like to be in the middle somewhere, I don't want a big ass 50 cal either. Some of these guys running around with those 50 cals and whatnot. I'm like,
Oh yeah, Desert
yeah,
Eagle.
elephant hunting, dude. Yeah. I looked at a Desert Eagle and I'm just like, nah. But the 50 cals hurt. It's painful to shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be doing this.
A friend of mine had one of those. He let me shoot. He let me shoot a magazine through it, and I didn't like it very much. It was cool and all, but it's got some stopping power. It's got some mass.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But I think like I said, I think I'd like one more. I'd like a 357. You know what I mean? That's and I want a revolver. I want a nice shiny chrome, silly, nice, wooden hand, wood grip, old fashioned, old school looking 357. That's what I want.
Right.
And it's not for conceal. It'll be for fun, and killing people. And targeting, because you can target 38s in it, and save some money.
Yep, that's right.
At $1.50 a bullet or whatever they are now. I don't even know what they are now.
Yeah, my brother-in-law had one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I almost got a 22 long for target practice. They had a Walther of all things. 22,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
22. Yeah, that was like $200. And I thought, wow, that's not a bad handgun for target practice. You know what I mean?
No.
Just for clinking, as they say.
Plinking.
Out there
And you get one with a 6-inch barrel with a 22 long, accurate as shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Get a
Cheap. Super duper cheap.
A Ruger Mark II. Those are nice. 22. Yeah,
I have an SR22, a Ruger SR22 that I like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun to shoot.
Yeah.
It seems to me you can get a Ruger with interchangeable length barrels, can't you?
Certain models, yeah.
There's several.
The old Blackhawk, I think you used to be able to.
Do you have a 1911, Lon?
Huh?
Do you have a 1911?
No. I have a Sig 332 and and then now the new one is going to be. I haven't picked it up yet because you got to buy a fucking purchase permit. Or 226. Sorry, you got to buy a purchase permit. So I put it on layaway because it's the weekend. I can't get a purchase permit until Monday.
I would like to. That's another gun. If I was going to get another handgun, I'd like a Colt 1911. Just something too expensive to rationalize buying. Because they really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
They are. But I wouldn't mind having. I would like to have one.
Yeah. I want a K-bar.
I'm going to inherit a whole bunch of handguns though someday. No rush. I could shoot them whenever I want. They're at my dad's house, and 45s and whatever. He's got all kinds of stuff. Doesn't know what he
Mhm.
has. He thought he had a 1911. I pulled it. I said, "No, Dad, it's not a. It's a Glock."
Yeah, there's a
I don't know
there's a
what you
couple.
thought- I don't
Yeah,
know
there's
what
a
you
couple
thought you
12
had,
gauges.
but
Yeah.
huh?
There's a couple 12 gauges. I want like a K bar. I wouldn't mind having. I wouldn't mind having the what is it? Smith and Wesson M&P. The one where it's a pump but it's a handle. Chunk chunk. You do that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That just looks
that
cool.
you
But
could
the
do
K
like
bar with the
Ripley
three
in
barrel,
Philly.
dealio.
Yeah.
I would mind one of those. The one with the three
Yeah, it's a
barrel.
lot of wood mines, but I would like a short home defense shotgun as well. There's a lot of them out there, a lot of choices out there.
The
Again,
bullpup. The
huh?
bullpup. That's the good thing about the bullpup.
Yeah.
The load's at the back. So the barrel is basically whatever the length of the barrel is the length of the gun for the most part, with just a little bit of stock, as opposed to a standard shotgun where you have the stock and then the barrel in front. The bullpup is
Right.
it loads.
Yeah, the action
You
is in
hold
the
it.
back.
Alexis
All right.
second pod.
Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
He's back.
All right, you lost your spot. I'll put you here because Mark will be here. Mark will be here and there. Although you're rock solid, Mark. Good for you.
Yeah, Mark looks pretty good down there. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, figured it out.
No, my hand's feeling not tired yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tripod.
How are you, Alexis?
I'm sorry.
How are you?
Not doing good. Doing too well.
I can tell you're on my stream because you're eating. So then you just can't come on my stream without it.
That's a funny shit.
It really is.
I just spit it out.
What?
I just
Never
Spit it out.
You shouldn't spit. Anyway,
Yeah.
how are you?
had a lot of pain just before I came on.
Oh.
I'm sorry to hear that.
My legs are still healing, I guess, and
Yeah.
I think what's going on is that the veins that they. Oh, thanks, Cool Cat. I appreciate that. Makes me feel better. See, they did an ablation, on my greater saphenous and my lesser saphenous veins. Those are the main veins that go through your legs. So what that means is they're burning them from the end. They put a catheter up your leg, and as they go all the way from your groin to from your ankle to your groin, as they back it back out,
Yeah.
they're killing this vein by heat. It's called ablation. So the idea is that the smaller veins will compensate for those bigger veins. I think what's going on is that the smaller veins are trying to get to that point where they can compensate, and it hurts like the living, what.
Oh.
And it really, it brings you to your knees. I mean, it just, it is so bad that I can't even explain how bad. It's like sticking a hot poker or a steel rod into your leg and just
Ooh.
it down your bones.
Ooh.
It hurts like hell. I mean, it really hurts. I mean, really hurts. So I kind of overdid it on my gabapentin, and I'm a little bit loopy because of that, but it isn't killing the damn pain. It just makes me feel like I'm
A little bit loopy.
Well, doesn't your body automatically create new veins to get enough blood flow for the oxygen if there's not enough? Because I know that's what diabetic retinopathy does.
Well, I wish it would hurry the heck up.
Yeah.
Because I'm really getting sick of this pain. When I was having a really good day today, and I even drove out to the airport, the weather was good here, but by the time I got to Kingsville, where my airplane is, it was completely overcast, gray, started to sprinkle, dry, just yuck. I mean, I'm not flying in that crap. So I cleaned my plane on the inside a little bit more and read some stuff in the book while I sat in the plane in my hangar. And I thought,
hey, welcome in,
back
Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hey,
Oh, just a little cheer. I didn't want to interrupt Alexis too long.
Yeah. Hey, Alexa, the good news is at least you're not blind and in pain. So,
Yeah, you got that.
yeah.
Good start. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a very
you're
valid
on the
point,
right,
that.
you're heading the right direction, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that would really suck.
Well,
Yeah.
I did have that for a little while. I
Yeah.
did. Well, see, I was having pain before the surgery, just because of the edema. But the surgery, killing those bad veins, which gets rid of the valves, the sloppy valves, that gets rid of the edema. But now you got the pain from the surgery, I guess. So, but I did have pain and the cataract thing going on. But yeah, you're right. If I was back where I couldn't see and had this, oh my God.
Yeah. You weren't sounding too positive last time I saw you. So being blind and dealing with this at the same time, that would be that would be.
Mm-hmm.
So Alexis, you have funky cold edema.
Have what?
God.
Now they got it.
I didn't.
No, we got it, dude. This is not funny.
Yeah.
I didn't
Just
hear.
damn
We
ignoring
got
you.
it. This is not funny. That's all.
I didn't hear what you said.
Funky cold edema.
Funky cold edema.
Yes, there was.
Yeah,
There
like
used to be a
kind of like
song.
a song of
Funky
1990.
It's a
Cold
song.
Medina.
Funky cold, yeah.
I don't get it.
What was
was-
that guy's name? I can't think of it right now for
Tone
some
Loc.
reason. Yeah, Tone Loc,
Tone Loc,
Funky Cole Medina. Yeah. He tried to get it on with a transvestite, and then he found out that it was a man, and so he ran away.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Really?
hoping.
Is that the story to that song? Because
Yep.
That's what my main takeaway. Woohoo!
Ah, there you go.
That looks
You're
really
backwards,
good. I
Lon.
love those.
You can't
are
read it.
I love red vines.
you're
I like the
Yeah.
purple ones, the grape ones, but you can only get them in the hood. You got to go deep in the hood to find the grape
Hello,
ones.
Ray.
Hey, Captain Ray, how you doing, Captain?
Captain Ray. Hey, Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Ray.
Mhm.
And I hope you're right, Cool Cat.
We got Lee Beasing in there
I
too,
think
by the
the
way,
pain
guys.
will pass.
Oh,
Jody's
yeah.
Hello,
Hey.
Ray, again.
Did you say hi to Brad, Nana's attic?
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah,
hello,
Yeah, a
Ray.
while
hour
ago.
ago.
Were you
Oh,
sleeping?
okay. Just
Hey,
want to
where
make sure.
You
We said hi
sleeping?
to Tom. So, Tom, what's going on with you?
Hi, Tom.
Well, that's very
Really?
interesting. We
That's
can't hear a word you're
Huh.
saying.
Turn your mic
Yeah.
on,
Mike's
Tom.
not working.
Tom, you're muted.
No, this is
I'm sure the
perfect.
story'd be
Just
better.
Everybody just
Yeah.
keep acting like you can hear. Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Don't
No
say.
way. How interesting.
Hey, Chris.
And
Hey, Chris, brother Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Tell me
So-
more.
Chris Hope in the house.
uh-huh.
Yeah, no audio. Tom.
Smiling. I'd be smiling now. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, is he frowning? Oh,
Oh.
wow. I'm really sorry to hear that, bud.
Good to know.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Don't say.
He's got that
Yeah.
new DJI mic, and it's not pairing up with his computer. That's what it is. Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Oh,
Yeah, he uses the Pocket 3 like I do.
The software doesn't have you muted. I just checked. You're on, but you have nothing.
My Pocket 3 was acting up yesterday, so as
Tom,
far
I
as
don't
with my
think
computer.
praying's going to help. Is that what he's doing? Is praying? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's
Might be
praying.
praying.
That's it. Yeah. How many times do you got to pray to make that thing work?
Keep banging the rocks together, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got him banging, banging
I
together,
played
banging
dominoes
on
better
together.
than you played dominoes.
Funky cold edema. Bum, bum,
Yeah.
ba-dum.
How about them drones?
Yeah, about them.
It
Repeating
was
that
bad
joke
the
over
first
and over
time,
again
Mark. It's
doesn't
just getting
generally
worse
make it
and
better.
annoying. Yeah.
Go into settings and make sure you pick the DJI, the mic from the Pocket 3
Yeah.
for
We
audio. You did?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I made that mistake before.
Yeah.
I checked the settings and went, oh, it was on the computer. Oh,
Yeah.
there he goes. He's working
Upsets
on
me,
his mic.
man.
When stuff doesn't work, I hate it when stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, that really annoys me.
Pick it up and slam it
Yeah.
on the desk 2 or
Expecting
3
to do
times.
something and it
Well,
doesn't work.
DJ I had to replace.
Beat it on the desk. That'll make it work.
Yeah,
Works for
DJ
me.
I had to replace this Pocket 3 already once over that.
Oh wow.
I don't
bang
react
it on the
well
desk?
when
Yeah.
shit doesn't work. No, I did one of these because it's sitting in front of me on a stand. Bam! I don't react well when shit doesn't work. I hate that.
I gotta admit, Tom has been more interesting at other times.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
not bad.
You
though.
think?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying
Although
this
this is-
personally.
I'm
Yeah,
really
that's fine.
enjoying the serious looks he's giving the camera.
I know the looks
It's
are
like,
great. Yeah.
Very focused.
We got Bent Rail in the
Blink.
chat.
Yes.
I go.
Is Gary? Is that Gary? That Dominic?
You were like a half an hour behind there, Art.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
hey, I got an idea. Let's just all as he does this, we'll all put in a word and see how what he's actually. You know, each one of us say a word for whatever he's trying to tell us. Like,
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yay!
No, we can't.
I
On technology, it's amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
can you guys hear him? I
got a
can't hear him.
delivery.
I didn't hear a thing. No.
I thought I heard
Wait, did you
something,
say
then it shut
Tom?
off again.
Yeah, we heard you, Tom.
Got me now. Thank you. Just got a delivery. Got a D1000 delivered. Yep, it's at my
Yeah.
front door.
2000?
No, well, actually, it's from DJR's public relations group has sent me a loaner device because I bricked my D1000 back on December 12th trying to do a firmware update.
Mm.
Oh.
And they've been
Remember that.
jerking me around now for close to a month. Apparently, the Power
Another-
Series support team is not the same as the drone support team,
No,
Oh, I-
and
absolutely not.
so luckily, I know some people that know some people, and they kept
Funny, I did too.
escalating this to like, hey, make sure it's plugged in. Yeah, we did that. Make sure you do this. Yes, I did that. Okay, we're going to escalate it. 4 days would go by and they'd go, we haven't heard from you. I said, well, I'm not the one escalating it. You are. So back and forth. And I reached out to Wayne, and Wayne reached out to compatriot. And so now I had thrown away the original packing material because I seem to be an Amazon Depot with the stuff my wife orders and running out of space in the garage. So after I had the D1000 for about 40 days, I threw away the packing material. And 10 days later is when I had the firmware problem. So then I said to them, hey,
It's an evil plot.
how about you cross ship me one? I'll give you a credit card. You can put a hold. Oh, we don't do that. We don't do that at DJI. I go, I've done that a couple of times with DJI with drones. Oh, but we don't do that with the Power Series. Okay, fine. So then they send me a label, and I said, well, guys, I've told you 4 times already I don't have the packing materials. So now they were sending me packing materials, and they were going to charge me $14 for the packing materials. But then
Fair
I got a notice from the PR department that Tom, we're not charging you anything for this, and plus we're sending you a loaner. So because you'll be without the other device once I get the packing materials, I'll ship it back to you.
Right.
That'll probably be a 2, 3, 4 week process.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, the D1000 is great. Okay, when it works.
When it works, yeah.
Yeah,
I made
yeah. I'm
I
having
made the
some
mistake.
issues with mine too.
Well,
I had
now,
two
right now it
issues, Lon.
makes a great nightstand.
A 28-pound nightstand. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
2 issues I had with it that the first was I wasn't getting the full output across the SDC port. So when I was trying to charge my Air 3S battery rapidly, it didn't seem like it was doing anything rapidly there. So when they came out with the DJI dongle, which I figured, hey, let me get that because if I'm using this for my RV, okay, can't see what that says. Oh,
It's
That's
backwards.
from the dongle.
that's the dongle, right.
Mhm.
So if I'm using it for my RV to power stuff, I want to be able to see what's going on. So I said, okay, let me do the firmware update. Well, it went through every step except the last step, and the last step it said error 2 failed. So of course they had me. I got them on the phone. Yeah, go ahead.
Question: did you have it plugged into the AC?
Absolutely.
Just checking,
Yep.
because that's where everybody fucks up.
I know.
They do the
No.
update, and they don't have it plugged into the wall. Okay.
I had it plugged into the wall. I even checked that outlet with a multimeter to make sure I was getting the power and current across that outlet, right? So then it failed. So I got them on the phone, which was amazing. You know, it was nice. The first question they asked me is, was it plugged in, right? So I had done all that. They said, okay, let's revert to the earliest firmware. Now there's 4 different firmware versions. So now I'm going, wow, this firmware was released probably a half a year before my device was even built. Are you sure? Yep. Oh, yes. So we do that one, that failed. Second one, third one, the most recent one, all failed. Then he said, okay, do me a favor, output the log. Log failed. So I shot them a 12-minute video showing them all the steps, and that started the process. 14 emails in to date so far. So, you know what? Wayne stepped up and helped out, and since he's been involved, you know, the tracks are greased basically. So
Yeah, there's 2 problems with the thing, and one of them isn't DJI's. It's shipping a 30-pound block of fucking lithium.
yeah,
You know, because they were fully fine with letting me return mine. Because I don't know if you know the whole story. I ended up with 2, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I was gonna send the one back to DJI, and they were like, cool. So I box it all up, blah 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 blah. Throw the label on it. Our main UPS terminal is closed in town, so you got to go to UPS stores.
Yeah,
they ain't having it.
No, you went. Yeah, it doesn't have
like,
a.
Nope.
Did it have a UNC label on it and everything? I mean,
yeah.
But they wouldn't take it from you, right?
Let me finish the story. So I walk in there, they basically kick me out immediately. They're like, nope, we're not handling it. So I call DJI and they go, well, that's crazy. Because I tried like 3 different UPS stores, right? And they all said, eh. So then I went, well, can you guys just hook me up with DHL or somebody like that? Because they'll probably take it. No, I'm sorry, we can't do that. But here's what we'll do. We'll send you a new label. And what we need you to do with instructions. And the instructions are, take the warning labels off the box. And don't declare it's a battery. Now, here's my problem with that. I put my name on this shit, put it in a box, and then it gets on a plane, and this bitch starts smoking or some shit like that.
Yeah. You're going to be the one arrested.
Well, the thing is,
not only that, if you're going to insure the shipping and like that, you're not going to. They're not going to. It's
well. They provided it was prepaid, right?
They provided the label. They provided the label.
Well,
so all that
if it disappeared, well,
I'll be back in just a second.
It was prepaid.
I'm talking about shipping a 30-pound battery that could explode or some shit on a plane.
But it was a prepaid ground, wasn't it? A prepaid ground. I mean, it shouldn't be air.
No, you have
definitely should not.
No,
be
you
air.
have to ship air. I think we're backwards.
No,
if I remember correctly, to ship lithium, you have to ship air.
No, you got to ship ground in the U.S. Got to ship ground in the U.S. Yep.
Well, regardless.
Yeah.
I can go find.
And by the way, it's a less volatile battery, guys. It's a lithium ferrous phosphate battery.
Oh yeah, I know.
So they're a heck of a lot more stable than lithium ion. Mm-hmm. And the good thing about them also is the fact that they last thousands of cycles longer than
3,000 or 4,000 cycles, sure.
Yeah.
But that's not the problem. People have had them smoke up. People have had Power 1000 start smoking and shit. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying it's going to blow up and kill 1,000 people. What I'm saying is I don't want my name. I'm going to take all the warning labels off the box and ship it, and something happens. I don't want to be attached to that bullshit like that.
In fact, what's different, Alon, is they sent me warning labels to affix to the box this time around. So maybe they've changed their policy. So because with the prepaid UPS ground, mine is going to Cerritos, California.
How you doing,
So
Doug?
it's not that far. But they actually sent me 2 labels that need to be affixed to the exterior of the box, which is a UNC label and the battery label. Both have to be affixed to the outside of the box. And they're making arrangements for UPS pickup.
Yeah, see.
Also, yeah.
That's the difference. And I probably could have done that. And I finally just said, you know what? I got the other one for free. I got this one with a solar panel in the car kit for $500.
Right.
You know what? Just
the price is unbeatable. I mean, that's the
being
great
a
thing
dick,
about
yeah.
it too. Is
yeah.
you know, right now nothing's competing with it as far as the price. Even now, I think it's still coupons like a $200 plus coupon on Amazon. If I'm not.
Oh, maybe on Amazon, not on DJI. It's back to $700 on DJI.
Yeah, let's see. I wonder.
700 on DJI. It was a week ago or so.
You know, I've actually shipped something with lithium batteries in it. Before I realized that they don't want. It was a long time ago, and it was an OM5, OM4.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And I shipped it to Trevor in Australia, and I
Ooh.
sent it USPS, right? And
Oh, jeez.
they don't take them at all, no matter what.
Yeah,
you do.
no matter what you do.
So, but I didn't realize. I mean, I just put it was a selfie stick on. The choices that said selfie stick. It made it there. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
$4.99
lied on a few.
It was cheap. I didn't mean to lie. I didn't realize. I didn't, because the next time I went to ship it something with a battery, because we don't do lithium batteries. Well, I've done it before. Oh no.
Oh really?
Oh,
Come on
really?
back, sir. We need to have a talk with you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's $4.99 on Amazon right now.
Oh.
I know some people were getting them as low as like $3.87 at one point. I think.
Oh no, I got mine was $3.79, and then it was free because Amazon is well aware of the shipping issue, and they just said, "F it, keep it."
Too much heartache for them to take it back.
Because I was doing this because DJI wasn't supposed to send me the goddamn thing in the first place. I canceled the order within a couple hours, right? And I ordered the one from Amazon because it was cheaper. Well, then all of a sudden, 2 days later, I got a Power 1000 from DJI sitting in my shop. I'm like, what the hell? So I called Amazon. I go, well, hey, can I cancel the order from Amazon? They're like, sorry, sir, it already shipped. I go, well, I don't want it. And they go, okay, fine. When you get it, just keep it, and I'll refund you your money. She refunded me my money.
We got somebody new here, Nate, and I guess this was recommended by YouTube. My YouTube recommended has been blessed by whatever this is.
Wow, bro. You did something to somebody at YouTube, bro.
Was that sarcasm? Yeah, that's good.
I had the Power 1000 at the Las Vegas meetup, and and the day we went to Lake Dolores, everybody was leveraging that device. So I mean, it's a great device.
It is great. I'm shitting on it because I'm using it for too much. I got the fast charge deal in my car, so whenever my car is running, it charges the P1000, and whenever my car is not running, then it charges my car to keep my battery tip top. Because in the winter, it's like 20 degrees here right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I get my car in the morning. It's like rum, 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 rum.
I actually put a. I had to bring the RV in for service because I had a cracked black tank, and it turned out that it was a manufacturing defect. So they actually replaced both the black and the gray tanks, which are huge tanks. They're 50-gallon tanks.
Look at that.
So the black tank. Black tank. What the hell is that?
That's for your bathroom waste.
Oh, it's a sewage tank. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
and the gray tank would be your sink water and shower water.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But we were at a campsite, and we came back from a long day out on the Colorado River, and we came back to an odor inside, and we've
Ooh.
never had that before, right? And it was like,
Ooh.
well, what had happened was the liquids had drained out of the black tank, and unfortunately, that means all you got is a poop pyramid sitting in there.
Oh
So
boy.
yeah, so I disinfected the pad we were parked on, and then we took up from there after I flushed everything. I brought it back to the dealership, and they said, no problem, you're completely covered. But I had to wait like 5 weeks because they had to ship new tanks from Elkhart, Indiana. But when I had it in, I had to get my axles repacked, and I had to get the roof checked. But I put what's called a soft start in the AC unit, so that I can actually use the Power 1000 to run my AC in my RV. So, the soft start makes sure the AC doesn't peak too high.
Mhm.
And actually, it only, with the soft start in it, and I tried, it only peaks up to 2100. Okay, and then it drops immediately to like 1400. So, with the solar panels, I got 400 watts of solar up on the roof of the RV, and I can plug it now into the Power 1000. So, I can keep things going for a while that way. But right now, in this time of year, all I got to run is my interior lighting in my fridge. My fridge is 12 volt. And the Power 1000 is a dream compared to having to run maybe a generator when we're boondocking or something like that. I don't have to worry about fuel or smell or the noise for that matter.
The noise.
This is one of the quietest power units I've come across.
It's got to be worth it, Tom, because I think to put a couple of lithium batteries in there on your solar panel is going to cost you $1,000 at least, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the 100 amps lithium batteries were $970 each.
Yeah.
Right? And you really need 2 of them. But the good thing about it is, over the AGM or the wet cell batteries, the lithium batteries you can run down to like 5 to 10%. But if you run an AGM or wet cell battery down below 50%, you're doing damage to it.
Yeah.
So it's a huge difference. The problem is this, Mark, there's a lot of third-party lithium batteries now available, Temu and Amazon, and you could get a 200-watt battery for about $500, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere near it, especially sleeping anywhere near it. Okay.
Well, marine batteries, you can drain them down and recharge them, and drain them down and recharge.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean that's what I put in the boat anyway. Hey, let's share screen. Alexis has got a picture here for us. Apparently, Chick 10 hatched 12/31. Look, a New Year's Eve baby. And there it is.
Oh, he's got Alexis's eyes.
Looks like it's hit by a car.
Looks delicious.
Looks like it has arched nose though.
At least legs.
There he is.
Mm-hmm.
There she is.
There it
Oh, it's a
is.
girl.
I named her Eve because it was New Year's
Eve.
That's
I do the puddings.
swell.
Aw.
He is so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? It looks delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I only trust one of my dogs around it because it probably would be delicious.
Yeah.
No, you gotta bury that egg and leave it in the ground for and it becomes a delicacy. Balut, baby.
Balut.
Yeah, balut. Yeah.
It's the only chicken I have some duck eggs over here in the incubator.
That's my new baby.
Oh.
Yeah, I see that. You got another
Aw.
toy.
Yeah, well, they sent me one of those sales letters. Hey, we want your used vehicle and make you a really nice deal.
Sucker.
Well, no, I was paying my my 2023 wound up on a recall list for the engine.
Oh wow.
So I brought it in and I said, what kind of deal? And they said, well, you were paying 6.99% on 2023. We're going to give you 1.9% on a new vehicle. So
How many
to me,
months?
that was free. 60 months.
Not too bad.
Oh,
That's what I got. I got 0%, but that was a couple years ago. You're not going to
Yeah.
get that now.
No,
you
they're
did
not.
good with less than 2%. You did
Yeah,
good
they're
with
not
2%.
offering
Man.
that now. Yeah, they're not offering.
No, when I bought my car, I got 0%, but you're not going to. That's few that we'll see what happens in the coming years, but
yeah.
The
shit
funny
ain't
thing
happening right
was,
now.
the funny
My
thing
car
was, I said to them, I said, hey, I want my running boards, my steps off of the old vehicle. I want my tires off the old vehicle because I had just recently put new BF Goodrich ATO2s on it. And
Hey,
so they
John.
said, yeah, no problem. We'll do that. But, I took it on that Friday and they said, come back on Monday and we'll swap everything over. The funny thing was that weekend trying to get the 4'11" wife into the 3-inch factory lift. Okay.
You could always trade her in.
That was entertaining. No,
Trade her in for a taller model.
No. No, when you have the best model on the planet, Lexus, you don't trade that in. Okay.
Well, talk to Artie because he just purchased himself something to climb into bed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's got to send Tom the link from Amazon.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
Yeah.
I've since got the steps put in, Bill, so I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There
I'm
you
good.
go.
She's good.
Okay.
Does
You get
very
Art the
well
dog
now.
steps. You know those steps you get for your dog so he can climb into bed?
No,
Get Art the dog steps. I've seen
No.
those before.
no, don't want
Yeah.
to. No.
It's-
No.
We tried to do that with my folks' dogs. They couldn't figure it out, and we just said, "Screw it, let them sleep under the bed."
That's
Yeah.
what's funny. I got two Shih Tzus, and they're from the same, they're sisters. And the one is like a circus dog, man. She can jump on top of bar stools. She just zing. And the other one, she tries to jump up on the couch, and it's one of these. Boom, boom. Hits the couch right onto the ground. Bam! I just feel so bad for her. But then every once in a while, I don't know. She gets some must eat her Wheaties because every once in a while she gets up on there. But the other one, man, she can jump. But the one's a good climber. She can climb over the fence and she escapes. Not the
Oh,
yard, the fence in the house. I keep them
oh yeah, the little
Yeah.
pinned. I
cage
got the
you
little
got.
pen
separator.
there to keep them
Yeah.
from dragging the dirt into the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, she can. As soon as she starts hearing thunder and lightning, she becomes a mountain climber.
Yeah.
4th
Yeah,
of
we
July.
still haven't gotten another pet. Going commitmentless right now. So.
Yeah.
Our neighbors just got a brand new Shih Tzu, and it's
Oh.
only 8 weeks old,
Uh-huh.
so it's
Give me-
about this big.
Oh, they're cute.
But she's got an attitude and a half, Roxy.
Come on.
She's got a-
How old are your
She's a little
neighbors?
They're in their 70s.
That's a long-term commitment. Those dogs live a long time. You know.
Yeah, I know.
That's- Maybe they're
Well,
hoping
they're
to
both
make
very
it.
healthy.
Not their problem.
They're both very healthy.
It's not their problem, That's somebody else's problem, homie.
These things are 12 years old and they still leap and jump and act like
Yeah.
And right.
like puppies. So I don't know.
So that's an 8-week-old puppy. So it is so it's new. So it's a Shih Tzu. It's Shih
Yeah.
Tzu all over the house.
Shih Tzu with an attitude.
Yeah, it's Shih Tzu everywhere.
Did Art send you that joke?
No, it's just my I've learned how to do bad jokes from listening to Art, so I just made that
Yeah,
one
there
up,
you
and
go. Yeah.
it's
Just come
That's
naturally now.
yeah,
And reading those dad joke books they sent me.
yeah.
Art's my
Yeah.
inspiration.
Bill, did you get your Christmas card?
No.
Ah.
I don't know. What's going on. When did you mail it?
November.
It was probably. Let me look at the calendar. I'm gonna guess. My
Look at
brother,
the calendar.
he's in.
Out in October.
My brother is in Detroit, and I mailed yours and his at the same time. And he got his that day that you and I were chatting, whatever that was.
That's 2 days ago.
Okay, so
Well, Detroit's a bit closer to you than I am, I would imagine.
not really.
No?
No.
You're right across the
About
Gulf.
the
He's
same.
yep.
Well, yeah, but they don't swim it across the Gulf, though. They got to go up and around. And all
The mail-
down here.
They've got
They
they've
use
got
the
planes
mailboat.
that can fly straight across the Gulf. I don't know if they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
It
fly
was
over.
probably like a week before Christmas.
They should have been here. I don't usually
don't
have
know.
problems.
You'll
Maybe
see
somebody
the,
you put in. You said you had a nice ornament in there. Maybe somebody took it. Merry Christmas.
No, the ornament is flat, so it fits inside the card.
Oh, okay.
And so
Ah.
when I had them weigh it, I said, like I want to make sure that there's enough postage on this. So it was at the post office. The guy weighed it, stuck the label. You'll be able to see the date. It might have been just a few days before Christmas. I don't know.
Ah.
How
Remember
you
the
doing,
lo-
Lance? Lance, you're on
Thanks,
Art's
Lance.
channel.
Yeah.
This is nobody can see you besides I don't know whoever's there. How many people are on your channel right now, Art?
2. There's Steve and Lance.
Okay, we're here on my channel.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Counts.
Yep. So
Oh, I
he's
just
he's
noticed
he's
that was in the chat.
he's co-streaming this more or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, now Mark's upside down.
Oh, not
Yeah,
again.
I don't know what happened.
The sound went somewhere.
Now I'm hearing myself, and I'm very
Bill,
nervous.
do you remember the last time you didn't
No, like my
receive a
own voice.
letter? Where did you find it?
Where did I find what?
The letter that you didn't receive last time you didn't receive a letter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Couple of months
I find when I didn't receive
a
it.
couple of months ago. And then you went
Mark's from
looking
the other side of the
somewhere
world.
and found it.
Oh, I don't know.
You got a loop going.
You got a loop going. Go.
Yeah, we've got a loop going.
And now coming up, batting third, shortstop. Jose Cabrera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alan
I turned
Mark.
I turned Mark's audio off and it stopped.
Well, what do you know?
So he's upside down and he's got a
Well, he's in Australia.
loop going.
No. See, that's what we would expect from Dominic being upside down.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that's
the
right,
one
he's
that
in
should be
England.
upside down.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Mark.
I
from the
turned
northern
the audio
hemisphere.
back on, so I don't know why we can't hear you.
Oh.
No, I turned it back on.
Oh, did you?
It
Okay.
was- I just did it as a test to see if he was the cause of the echo. Because he flipped upside down, so I figured there might have been
Really?
some technical
Hi,
difficulties.
Michael.
Are- Mark, are you sure? I mean, I don't know. What do you got?
Mark, all the blood's rushing to the top of your head right now.
Yeah. Mark, we still can't hear you. We're just messing with you. We still can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
3 young ladies were drained of blood last night. Mark.
Yep.
You're a vampire.
Well, now you're right side up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now he physically flipped it.
Now we
Instead-
can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
But we
No,
still
we
can't
just
hear you.
can't hear
I
you.
can read your palm, though.
Wow. I wonder how I turn the brightness down on this thing.
Yeah. Oh, he's one of the minions.
He's doing the minion thing again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
He looks through the.
Yeah,
Bazaba?
his Michael.
Banana.
Hey, we got Chuck in the chat.
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
that about
he's
2 minutes
been in
ago.
there for a
Yeah.
while.
Yep. Hi, Chuck. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Art, you need to check that.
Yeah.
You need to check the chat a little more often. You're getting behind.
Oh, you got.
Yeah, he's way behind.
No, he's not in my chat.
Well,
Mark's-
if you would be on the
Mark's a
chat
little
of the host's
behind.
channel, you would know that.
Oh, snap. No, you didn't.
You got a really long intelligence line. See, that's how you can tell palm reading's horseshit. Oh, it's his left hand. Yeah, the line through the middle. That's your that one in the middle is your intelligence. This is your heart line. This is your intelligence. This is your lifeline. How long you're going to live? That's right. Your
Oh.
marriage lines are over here.
Oh, good gravy.
Yep. I read a book when I was a kid.
My intelligence line runs down to my wrist. Huh.
I read a book when I was a kid too, but it didn't teach me anything about that.
Yeah.
Plus, apparently, I'm a gypsy because I had this line goes and it crosses. This is according to my aunt. It crosses over my heart line, and it goes. So I have like a cross right in the middle of my hand. I don't know if you can see that, but so I'm a gypsy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least you're not a tramp or a thief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mark.
Because the people of the town will call them.
Now your fingerprints. We can see those.
Yep.
Match them to a
It's
recent
that
client.
booger in the middle of your finger there.
Now we can hear something.
Now I'm in trouble.
What is that
You
white
need
thing?
to trim your pinky.
We don't want to know. That's a weird English thing, probably. All that, you know, when the entire population grows up on an
It's called-
island, things happen.
Yeah, crumpets and snot.
Things happen.
Oh, now he's
Uh-oh.
gone.
You know,
He left. We lost him.
Bye-bye.
yeah, when your population
90
is
days.
restricted
90
to a
days
small
to
island.
the South Florida drone meetup. 90 days.
90
90
days.
days. Hey.
90
It's
days.
coming.
Yay.
You know, it's funny. Mark's got like thousands of dollars of video equipment and screens and
Yeah,
stands and microphones and like
yeah.
that. And he comes on
Tripods
my
and
channel
shit.
with his iPhone at the end of his wrist. You know?
Yeah, but Bill, he's got a unique on-screen persona.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, he
But-
sure does. Yeah, it's unique,
And-
all right.
It's not like this is his only show. He's on a lot of different shows, but he's still
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Yeah, he's
Still
on
the
Paul
same
I
Murray.
thing.
didn't know that.
Still the same thing, Lloyd.
yeah. I know that persona.
Lloyd, you going to South Florida this year?
I'm trying to think if I'm going to or not. I've got a reunion coming up, and it's in August, and I was looking at the cost of the tickets. Actually, right now the tickets to West Palm Beach, right, Bill? The closest.
That's the
EDI.
closest airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the closest.
They
That's
they
where
weren't
I'm
too
flying
bad.
into.
But you might
What-
get cheaper tickets in Fort Lauderdale
Uh,
Or Orlando.
yeah,
or Orlando.
yeah, no,
Yeah, probably.
I actually didn't. My cheapest was going through PBI, but I have a
Really?
layover in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And the cheapest was
Yeah.
PBI because that's the most convenient. That's 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
The Fort Lauderdale is where you flew out of last time, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad, you know. I just
See, I
Yeah.
couldn't get a direct flight, so it made sense. Southwest wanted close to $1,200.
Get the
It was
oh yeah,
like
that's-
ridiculous.
yeah.
You know, my
Wow.
neighbor said, "Hey, Southwest flies direct there." So I checked, and it was okay. Yeah, I did my to and my from, and it looked like it was 567. No,
Well,
it was 567 each way.
Well, like
Each way,
Lon,
yeah.
like Lon was saying, I guess it's because of spring break. I guess with the kids.
Uh,
But I went
Yep.
Delta. I'm a Delta medallion member, so I went
Yeah.
Delta, and
Yeah.
I'll tap them
Yeah.
for an
Oh,
upgrade
yeah.
right before I leave.
good for you.
There we
And,
go. I just had,
you know, it's-
sneak that in
Thank
there.
you.
It's between, because I mean, as far
I
as
got
going to
miles,
Colorado, that's not a problem because I got a place to stay up there, so that's not going to cost me anything. So,
Mhm.
Oh, you're one of those
That's-
relatives.
Mm, mm.
Oh,
Well,
I heard Mark. I think he's back.
Yeah.
Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
Mark's back?
Should
Mark's
I-
back.
I'm watching him right now. He's sideways. He's this way. Should I wait or should I put him right on? Let's put him.
See if
What is
Oh,
it?
it looks
It's
good, it looks
entertaining.
He looks good.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah.
say something, Mark.
let me hear him.
Oh, he brings a bit of culture, he does.
Mark, is there a body attached to that head?
Just
Yes.
about. Look, it's
Just
not
about.
my fault. Well,
Oh,
who
there
just
we go.
Well, whose fault is it?
We're not sure
I'm
whose
sorry.
fault it is. Is
I'm
it your
waiting for
cameraman's
the-
fault?
Everyone
People's?
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
people?
He's one of those union guys. They're taking his pee break.
I can't see a picture of me on the screen until it catches up on the TV to see
Wow.
where I'm pointing it.
See, Mark, I have active track turned on. You have a shaky hand turned on. I don't know.
I
It's
think
a bit different. bit different.
Yeah.
Why don't
He
you
has an
use your mini
OM6. Why don't you
tripod?
use your OM6? Why don't you use
Yeah.
your OM6?
Well, I tried putting it on the OM6 the other day, and it won't point in the right direction. So I've got to have a quick look at that.
It won't point in the right direction.
Wow.
Oh,
Well,
you mean the little joystick thing that makes
Yeah,
it
well,
allows you
there
to point
you
it
go.
right? That
Yeah,
doesn't work.
exactly.
Then if you tap the button twice, it turns around.
It flips
Yeah,
around. No.
Flips.
It does, but it points downwards for some reason instead of
And
pointing.
that's what the joystick is for.
Well, it could be.
Do you know you
Maybe-
can grab your
pointing at
phone
his
and just
joystick.
move it?
Yeah.
Did you know you
do
can
that
just
too.
grab your phone and move it, and then it'll just
It'll
stay where you leave it?
I am grabbing my phone and moving it,
No, I don't. It'll fight you.
or holding it.
You got to.
No,
you gotta
no,
do it.
on the OM6.
I know what.
Oh,
you
no,
meant.
M6.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Yeah.
probably what it is it's the targeting because it goes for the biggest target. It's just pointing right at his stomach. His head's not
Yeah,
that big.
oh, there you go.
Wow. It's always your friends,
Went there,
huh?
Lloyd. You went there.
Snap.
I'll see if I can get it sorted out for next week.
Okay. That'd be awesome, Marcus.
Yeah, very funny, Lon.
Yeah, mate, we'd like to see that.
Hey, Lon's
Oh, wait,
doing
it's a
it
Mobile
first
5.
than Paul Murray. You've got an empty chair.
Yeah. Yeah, an empty chair, kind of like
Yeah.
Obama. Yeah.
Obama? Obama has an empty chair?
Yeah, remember that back in the day? They had the joke was Romney was debating with an empty chair.
Oh,
And he still would have lost. Can't stand freaking Romney.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna come down there. I got to look at the price of rooms down there.
Mhm.
See, I was planning on paying for my hotel when I go to Colorado, but my son from my first marriage called to wish me Merry Christmas, and I said,
Oh,
could you get me? Do you know any place I get a room to stay up there for the cheap price? He says, "Yeah, Dad, my house." I said, "Well, I don't want to impose," and he says, "Yeah, you don't stay here. You got to answer to my wife." And I said, "Okay." So him and his 10 kids,
10 kids. Wow.
10 kids. Wow.
Wow.
yeah,
Hotel.
It'll be a relaxing time up there.
Dude.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna meet grandkids and a great grandchild I've never met, so it's like,
Hey, Bill,
I'd be hotel.
Metro Drones is here. Yeah.
Hey, Bill, that OM6 is working?
He's on your channel though.
Yep, I know.
Oh,
I said hello.
yeah. Well, why don't you warn him that he's not going to
Hello.
see anybody there?
Yeah,
What's
I
Art
think
wants
he-
to suck the
he figured
views
that
off
out.
of your
You know?
channel.
yeah.
It's a view.
Fuck the views.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't want to do that.
he's a
agree
view
with that.
leech.
Okay, looks like we're going to have an Osmo tutorial any minute here in stereo.
No, I'm just looking at it real quick. I find it
Because Bill's
fascinating.
got
That's
his
it.
up.
Yeah, look at
You can do the dueling Osmos.
It's following my face. It's facing the right way. I didn't know.
Wow.
Raise it up because Mark's sitting down, so it might be sticking up. So raise it
does.
up and see if it's pointing up or down. You know what it does.
Yeah,
Just
there
hold
you
above
go.
your head and have it look
Mhm.
down at you. Like,
And look,
Yeah.
it's
Doesn't
even
that
got
one
this
come
little
with a
joystick
built-in
little thingy
tripod?
right here? And I could
Yeah.
down and
Yeah.
up and
It's not built in.
down and,
No,
I mean,
you've got a screw
tripod
right
wheel
here.
to the bottom of it. You screw it in.
There it is.
Yeah.
Mark's going to tell us to pack it in here pretty quick.
So,
Or
All
he's
right,
going to ignore us.
so let's
Yeah.
see. Now it's like this.
It's screwed in.
Mhm.
it's on follow.
And it stays
Yeah.
there.
It's following.
See?
Look at that. Oh, it's
Following
right.
Bill's face.
Staying right in my face.
Plus, it means
Wow,
I've
technology
This
is
is what I
amazing
was
when you know
talking
how
about.
to use it. Huh?
got.
This is what I was talking about. That if it not pointing where you wanted to point, you don't even got to use the joystick. You can
Right.
just
Grab
turn it wherever you want it.
Yeah.
You just put it wherever you want it.
Staying right on me.
Oh, now Bill is over on your channel now, Bill.
Well, I
Metro
can't do
Hello,
And
Bill.
Hi, Bill. Welcome in. Good to see you, Mr.
What?
Thomas.
That I have to take the
Welcome to the real channel.
Yeah.
photos. It won't
Look,
fit
I'm
all the-
turning it, and it keeps changing its position to point right at me. I don't understand what the problem is. Whoop. Now, let's try something else.
It has something to do with Greenwich Mean Time, Bill.
Apparently.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Let's get out of the Mimo app.
Or it's broke. One of
It
the-
only works in countries with a viable empire that still has a viable empire, unlike England.
Let's do
Yeah, their empire is no more.
Mhm.
We all
Well, hey, at least they left the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
What is it they say? We're just taking the piss out of you?
Yeah, that is one of the ways of putting it.
Yeah.
Extracting them.
Wait a
Actually,
second.
Mark's a good guy, though.
We all need
Mark
to
is
go
a-
get our Osmos now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all get
the
got
Osmo
like-
channel.
I've got an
there you
Osmo
go.
too. Would that
The
work?
This
Osmo
show
channel,
is brought to you
exactly.
by
Hey, the Osmos.
Osmosis. Yeah.
The dueling
Osmosis. You need the
Osmos.
osmosis. We're all like vlogging.
It's like the singing Osmos.
Hilarious.
This-
Oh,
And
yeah.
Osmo
as long as you're
brothers.
vlogging,
Not
The
be
Osmo
confused with
brothers,
Osmo
yes. The
Not be
Osmo
confused with the
brothers.
Osmond
Osmond
brothers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which one just passed away?
Yeah, that's right.
Which one?
Which one?
I think it was Meryl Osmond.
The one with the one with MS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe. So.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 73 years old.
73, 74, yeah.
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 Oh, David Soul just passed away.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
somebody mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, like I said, I have it on open camera now, and it's recognizing my face, and I'm just moving the stick around, and it's actually following me around. So it does work
Okay.
with third-party apps, but as long as you have this on follow.
Oh, look, you've just embarrassed Mark to the point he's gotten his
We
Osmo.
guilted him into it. We're sorry.
Oh, he got
Guilted
him
his
out. He
Osmo.
got it
Look,
out.
he's got
There
it.
it is.
Look at that.
He got it in his hand. He's thinking
and
about it.
with tripod
Ooh, he's got a
attached.
tripod?
That's how excited I
Tripod
am.
attached. Oh wow.
Look how
Hey,
excited
Mark.
I am.
Yeah,
Look
look
at
at him.
this,
He's
Mark.
pointing it all over the place.
Yeah.
Too bad it doesn't
Yeah,
have
look,
a phone
man.
attached to it.
Yeah,
You can even extend it, bro. You can put it on the table.
yeah. The trouble is that I'm gonna have to take my phone off charge so that I can take the case off the back of it, so that I can put the magnetic mount on it. Because
It sounds like a personal
Oh,
problem.
you son of a bitch.
Sounds like a what do they call that? Bunch of
Controversy.
excuses. Yeah, no, a bunch of excuses.
Dicks.
Diggity.
Nothing but.
I'll be damned.
I think Alexis went to go find her Osmo.
Mhm.
This is the most I've used this thing since I bought it. I swear
You
to
guys-
God. I've never used it.
Mine is sitting in the closet.
Everybody in
Took
here,
it out
I've never
once.
seen it taken out. Go
you
ahead.
remember I was giving these away?
I think I've used it once.
That's
Well,
the older one, right? That's the what was that? The Osmo.
3.
Which version? The 3, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I've
I
got a
thought we
three.
gave away 4s or 5s or something. Was
Usually
it
Yeah, the
three?
fives
Yeah,
are the
well,
white one,
five,
isn't
by the
it?
way.
I don't know.
3 was the
Yeah,
white one.
Never got the 5.
I gave
I've
away.
got-
Oh, 3 had a white one?
I've
Three had
got
a
the
white one?
2. It was gray.
Yeah.
I've
They
got-
only offer one color for a while, and then the last couple they've offered 2 colors, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on.
They only had grey when I was. When
Yeah,
I
I
was
think-
there.
and dark grey.
Bill and
These things are
Meyer.
pretty cool. You know, you think about it. These things are pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't have a viable use case for the damn thing. I just don't, especially when you got a Pocket 3 or whatever. It's like, you know, why would you want to mess with
Yeah,
your
I
stupid phone?
think I'm gonna ship it to my grandma.
Yeah. Grammy does a lot of Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, she does a lot of
Yeah. Got a little OF channel, maybe. Yeah. Hot
no,
grannies.
he's up there.
Hot grannies.
Well,
Not my grandmother, my granddaughter.
Oh, your daughter. Oh, never mind. I thought you said your grandma.
Granddaughter. grandma.
Granddaughter.
Yeah, my
Oh,
114-year-old grandmother. Yeah, okay.
Hey, you never know, bro.
Yeah.
You never know anymore, man.
And she had kids early. Yeah.
I tell you what, there's there's plenty of channels like that with old ladies. Yeah.
Whatever you're into, Lon. Hey, whatever you're into, man.
No, absolutely
I'm
not.
not going to judge you.
You know, to each
We're
their
not here
own,
to
but not
judge,
me.
Lon.
Yeah,
man.
mature women
Oh,
know
no.
what they're doing, Lon. I mean, you know,
Oh, there you go. Mhm.
get one of those landlady situations, you know.
Yeah, there you
What
go.
do they call that? A sugar granny?
Yeah, there you go. Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
try your cookies.
A coup.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to dust it off before I go in.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Mhm.
I need a
Yeah.
disclaimer in there
That-
somewhere.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
a
Dom.
lube every
Yeah,
single
went
time
too far.
situation.
Yeah, leave it to Lon.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
That's a lube every single time situation there. Yeah. Hmm. On a dark desert highway, better bring your KY.
Better be water soluble.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between the Osmo 5 and the Osmo 5 mobile and the Osmo 6 mobile or Mobile 6, whatever?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, let's
find
see.
Let's see.
But
Marketing.
wait, there's more.
I don't know off the top of my head. I've barely played with any stupid
I
things.
see some made Julian fries.
On the DJI website, it tells you, and I can't remember what it was. It was a couple of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the controls are different. I know that.
Well,
It folds.
apparently, I guess the tracking is better. I don't know.
It's the selfie stick bit.
You can't go out of town.
Oh wait a minute. This
Oh,
is
you
the
don't
4.
have to. You don't have to balance it. You don't have to balance it anymore.
Nah, you don't have to balance the 4 either. This
You
is the
don't?
4. I got the 3 as well. You don't have to balance the 3 either.
3, 4. Anybody got the 5 handy?
Hold on, I got it. I'm
Yeah,
digging.
same. Then we can have 3, 4, 5.
So,
DJI website,
yeah.
they do it side
It had
by
a
side.
status panel, quick launch, active track 5.0, which, okay, so the other one was
I don't think this one
almost
comes
get all
on
of them.
the
immediately.
controls.
Oh, yeah, it does.
The
Never mind.
controls were different. Color.
Yeah, the controls are different for sure.
And there was a difference in weight, but the difference between 309 grams and 229 grams,
Shit.
you'd be hard
Yeah, I
pressed
don't
to
think
tell
the weight
that
was a big
difference.
thing.
Yeah.
Have the extending selfie stick, whereas the 5
Yeah, the
didn't.
extending, I don't think any of the other one had it. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the 5 doesn't turn on automatically.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, that's,
There's-
yeah. That's the
there's a
automatic
difference.
feature set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
see,
think
now
No,
we
but the
go.
selfie stick, it said that that built-in extension rod introduced with the Osmo 5 is back in the Osmo 6, so they both had it.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah.
215 millimeters of extending reach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Five.
DJI OM6, what's new? The DJI OM6 brings a handful of exciting new features to the table that truly set it apart from any DJI Osmo Mobile Series gimbal before it. Let's take a look and see what's new. Quick launch. Ever wish your gear would power on instantly so you don't miss a moment of spontaneous fun? No, I actually don't like automatic things that turn on. And adventure, we've been there too. That's why we're excited about Quick Launch, an all-new DJI OM6 feature that powers on the gimbal the second you unfold it. That's right. No longer do you have to wait for your OM to power up. Big deal. Okay, status panel. Not sure what mode you're recording in? The status panel to the rescue. The Osmo Mobile 6 provides critical information about the status of your OM6 at all times, including battery life and shooting mode. You know, yeah, that's on the front of the stick. I was talking about that. You got the 4 different modes, and you got the
Oh,
battery
yeah.
life, okay, which I guess they didn't have before.
Yeah.
Active Track 5.0. Didn't think Active Track Follow Me mode get any better. Think again, the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 now is Sports Active Track 5.0, DJI's most advanced subject tracking algorithm. Active Track 5.0 is optimized to detect blah, blah, blah. And it did. What's different?
Now, when you hide behind the tree and pop back out, it'll pick you back up.
Physical controls are different. Operating efficiency. Oh, will the battery last longer? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Colors. Who cares? Weight and feel. Yeah. 18 grams difference. Yeah, it makes a big deal. What's the same? Same industry-leading stabilization, compatible smartphones, built-in extension rod, creative features are all the same. Which is for me. Depends how big your wallet is. Okay, we've been taking a little bit similar. If you're currently using DJI mobile gimbal that's older than the OM5, then yeah, just like anything else. You don't need to get the very next model. If you're 2 models behind, then maybe you want to get it. That's all. But that's it. That's the only difference.
Yeah, I've got the mobiles. I've got the mobile too.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Although I do
How
have the
dare
Action
you.
5, so you know.
No.
I still fly the Mini 2.
Plebeians.
So those are the differences, ladies and gentlemen.
$174.
What was?
The Osmo Mobile 6
What?
on up on
What?
Amazon.
Mine was
$174.
Getting ripped.
Buy from DJI. You're getting raped.
Mine was up.
$89 I paid.
For what?
Yeah, let's see. DJI Direct on Amazon is $139.
Oh, I was gonna say it's 139 on
I
that.
got
No,
it.
$89 is for the Mobile SE.
No, I got the 6.
Ah, really?
Yeah, I got it on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it on sale.
Yep, I got it on sale.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Nope, I've got
It
the.
was 129 Australian dollars.
I
Oh,
got
Probably
that's
worth
like
probably.
$15 here in the US. Right?
I got the
Mobile
Mobile
Direct.
6.
And no
Mhm.
SE.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same box.
Mobile. Yeah, the Mobile 6 up on their site is $139.
yeah.
Yeah,
Must
so
have
you got
gone
a
up
good deal on it.
$6 in DJI bucks. So I, with tax, I only paid 88 shipped. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
16 bucks for 2
The
years
price
of
must
refresh.
have gone up because it was 204 Australian and it went from 204 to 126, and that's why I
Yeah,
bought it.
I converted his money. He only paid $80 for his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just renewed my care refresh on mine for £6.
yeah, but can't refresh on mine as well.
What does it mean when it says paired in the chat?
It means they're
I
on
don't-
the
It's on the other channel.
they're on the
On
other
the other
channel.
channel.
They're on
Yeah.
Art's channel.
Oh,
Art's streaming is co-streaming. So
Yeah.
Bill from Metro Drones. How you doing, brother? You're on the wrong channel.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
over on your
way
channel
wrong.
now.
No, he
Channel.
came over on your channel, Bill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came up on yours.
Yeah.
What?
He
Yeah.
came back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he came
Bill.
over. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Now,
he did
okay.
come over.
No. You're on the right channel. I'm
He's
sorry.
on the right
Yeah.
channel.
Let me correct myself.
You got the right stuff, baby. Hey, the 4 still works. Yeah, well, you know.
And it's a lovely color shade of white.
Great.
Slate. Yeah.
Slate gray.
Gray and
white,
Arctic white.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got multiple colors now. That's why you want to buy it.
Yeah, I got the
I still got the
dark
first one. The first one still works, but it's a pain in the ass to use because you have to balance it on 2 axes.
Yeah.
You have to balance
This
it
is
on.
what I
You have
got
to
for
balance it
Christmas.
here and here every time.
Inquiring minds want to know. Scott and Adu would like
Ooh,
to
that's
know.
kind of no.
Lon, when is the
the Meta
7th?
3.
That's my
I'm not sure.
present.
To tell you the truth, I thought it was. We all thought it was going to be out before the end of the year, and then it's not. So I don't know.
Third quarter.
I don't know what they're
Lloyd,
waiting on. They haven't even brought it out on the FCC database yet.
Okay.
Lloyd, you'll have
What?
to add me as a friend on your Meta Quest 3.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Just my first name. That's
Uh,
simple as it gets.
yeah, I guess it uses Bluetooth, but it'll need FCC, won't it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Any
Yeah, it didn't come out on
communication
FCC
device.
yet, so
Slated
Oh,
for the third quarter. It won't get released on FCC database until the second quarter.
You think so?
That's the current gossip.
Oh, that's the current. Yeah. I heard like June or something like that, but that's still pretty close to what they're
And the
saying, so.
Mavic 4 is April.
Yeah, that's the story.
Yeah, with built-in ND stepping.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just not sure yet because I haven't seen the complete feature list yet. And I think there's some conflation going on here. I think that there's going to be the Mavic 4 Pro, the Mavic 4 Pro Cine, the Mavic 4 Pro, or the Mavic 4 Enterprise. And I think
Yeah.
some
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
definitely.
features are being conflated across the, you
The,
know,
the
and I'm not
Enterprise, the
sure.
Enterprise will not have the ND built
I
in.
got to get something to show Lloyd.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure the standard Mavic 4 Pro is going to have the NDs.
Yeah, well, the
I'm
latest
concerned
is
it's just a
that
Cine.
the latest is that the big difference with the Cine is going to be the storage. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
can pay through the nose
And
for storage,
ProRes.
but and
Mhm.
ProRes 422.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm. And the NDs.
ND stepping was supposed to be included.
I'm not sure. Like I said.
Up to 256 ND2.
Yeah.
So it
I'm not
still
sure.
ND filters instead of variable aperture.
No, both.
No. You'll have both. Because
Yeah, it's
even
gonna
with
have,
a variable aperture, you still need ND for video. For the inverse 180 rule, you still
Really?
need NDs.
Not really.
Well,
all-
yeah, in bright sunlight, you would still need it.
Mhm.
You're not going to get low enough.
There's other uses.
So this
Yeah.
thing came out in September 22. I don't want it anymore.
What?
Okay, let me show
Yeah,
this to Lloyd.
it's ancient
Modem
history.
6?
Yeah, it's
My
ancient
mobile,
history.
my mobile 6. I thought it was newer than that. I don't want it.
Yeah.
No. That's what I was telling you. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
What you got, Alexis? That's pretty
I'm gonna
cute.
show-
That's how I got it
I'm
for
gonna show this-
$89, I guess, because it's,
Mhm.
it's
I wanted
crap.
to show this to Lloyd real quick. Sorry, guys.
It's crap.
What is it?
This is also good for FPV headsets.
Oh, I thought she was going to say
Oh.
prostate.
Is it a
Ooh.
See that? And
yeah?
here's-
Damn.
And that's also good if you break your neck because it'll hold your head. And,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what I was
Let me put
thinking.
it on here.
Right.
What are you doing?
I got you in the
Okay,
wrong
Bill.
spot. Hold on.
There you go.
There.
Hey,
Now we can. You can see it. You can see it's on and on.
And then here,
Ooh.
Mm.
this,
Ah.
Wow.
on these things, you can hang your
Your controllers on. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
also, there's a company called Bobo VR, BOBO VR,
Yep.
It looks
Yep,
like Snoopy with a bunch of nostrils.
and it has. Did you have this on here on yours?
I don't have that. Yeah, I have one. I don't have that one.
Okay. This is nice because you
Yeah.
snap your battery. Oh yeah,
Right.
you get this
Yeah.
one here. You double your battery. See, you snap.
Oh, this has got a. This is my This is my extra battery right here. It's got a.
Right, but when that battery goes down, you can't swap it out.
Oh, that's true. And I
See
didn't think
this?
that when I
It's
bought
got a little
it. but-
magnetic on the bottom.
Right. Yeah. You can
So you
buy
just-
extra batteries for that.
You
Yeah.
just slap it on there.
Yeah.
So I've got a charger that has 2 extra batteries. This is the third one, so I just keep them in rotation.
Oh, great.
Do you use it that much?
Oh yeah, if you're watching a
Yeah.
movie, or you're watching
Yeah.
a live sporting event like a football game or a soccer game.
Yeah, because especially if you get into there's some of those soccer games or football games, you are right.
Oh yeah, you can.
They're in the stadium with. I mean,
Yeah.
you're right on the sidelines. Yeah.
And if you don't want everybody's chatter around you, you can go to a private suite. You just click a button and
Ah.
private suite.
I ended up in a friggin' boxing match somewhere, and I was just almost in the ring with them. Like, whoa, back
Oh,
off here. You know?
Yeah, this is the coolest headset they've made, and I've got everything back to the software developer kits
Right.
because of my software company. But
It looks
yeah,
like that robotic dog.
oh, this thing is, Bill. I'm telling you what, this will revolutionize anybody's life as long as you have eyesight. I remember when I had my cataracts, I couldn't see crap. I mean, I couldn't.
They got that.
It was just
Well, I have to wear glasses with mine because for whatever I don't have to do it with the Mavic Air ones, but
Yeah.
it's the difference in the way they do the lenses. These are distance, whereas the other ones are for up close. And so I can't wear my glasses while I'm flying, but when I'm playing with this, I have to wear my glasses. That's part of the reason I went with the halo, because it was pressing down on my nose
Well, you know,
too
they
much.
have an insert that goes in here to extend the distance away from
Yeah,
you, so you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
scratch the lens that
yeah,
are in
yeah,
here.
yeah. You can pull it out, but I'm going to buy. There's one that's a magnetic. You can stack up to 3 different inserts. It's
Yeah.
all magnetic. So
Yeah.
plus, I'm going to
I
get.
don't know. This scares me. I just think AI is going to take over your brain while you have that thing on your head.
Oh, I
That's
don't.
it. This is the beginning of
More
the end.
power to him. Maybe my
Beginning
memory
of
will
the
come
end
back.
times right
Telling you
here.
what,
Yeah.
this thing is the best headset by far. See, back in the day when they first came out, before Facebook bought
Oculus.
Oculus, it was
Yeah.
Oculus Rift, and it was Palmer Luckey. I have a letter from him. I got the first consumer division Oculus Rift as a gift from them because I was developing software with them. Anyway, and then I've got a poster up here which I can't show you because my camera's built into my iMac, but it says it has a like the eye, like an eye. Then it
Right.
says Love VR, but that was back when it was Oculus.
Oculus.
Anyway,
Yeah.
before they bought that, they used to have sensors for the old headset that you had to mount on your wall or hang from your ceiling. So, and now
I remember that.
with these units,
Yeah. It just maps out your.
to your controllers.
I
And
put my oldest son in the set, and he mapped out. You go through and you look at everything, and it maps out your room, and you can
right,
have augmented reality.
right. The
And so,
only on the Oculus 3 or the
um,
newest one that's
yeah,
out. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's the
You want to hear
S.
something funny though? I had a Samsung Gear VR probably 5 years before that came out. It was the
Oh,
one where you put your phone in it
right, right.
and it did VR.
This is the. I put an Apple sticker obviously on it, but this
Right.
is. It's got dust because they no longer support it. But this is the Oculus One.
I
The
was
one.
gonna say that's the early days Oculus.
Yeah, this is the one that you had to have the sensors on your wall
on your walls and stuff.
or
Yeah,
suspended from your ceiling. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got every single one of them. I mean, some of these are not, like I said.
The only reason I went over to my son's house for Christmas and for when we opened packages, my grandson, they'd got my grandson one, and so I was trying it out, and it's like, wow, that is cool.
Yeah, they
And
are.
I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about it. Came home and looked at it, and I said, okay. And I just went ahead and didn't look and clicked it. Next thing I know, it's being shipped to my house. So.
Yeah, you'll never regret it. I mean, these things are.
Oh no, I don't. I've
beyond cool. There's a really cool putt. I forget what it's called. It's a really cool putt golf, but you
right.
can play with your friends, and it's
Right.
the craziest, most immersive thing that I've ever seen. A friend of mine here in town, he just 3D printed a gun stock that you can put your remote into so that it feels like you're holding a gun.
Yeah.
And I'll show it to you here real quick.
You know that movie?
I have all my old Wii stuff.
Right. Well, you know the movie Ready Player One?
Tennis battle.
Oh, yeah.
That suit that he wears, well, they're fixing to come out with that.
Let me send this to Bill, and then he can share it.
But they're actually.
See, I don't have one of those things, but I think the fantastic thing that they've ever come up with is I've got cheaters that I can put on my head, and it's got LED lights attached to it.
Oh, I got one.
Shut up.
As seen on TV, and
Yes.
now I can
Wow.
read. Isn't this cool? And it's almost
looks
it's almost
stylish
the
on
same as what you.
Yeah.
And it's only
Makes it
and I
so
got
much clearer.
two pairs for $20 in Walmart, as seen on TV.
Wow.
Yeah. I just thought I'd show.
Yeah,
you.
well,
Yeah.
I put Billy's the stupid Apple VR headset on for about 10 minutes, and I went, and handed it back to him. I'm just not.
Hey,
I'm not
Johnny.
that.
At
That's why I buy a big
$3,000.
TV. Yeah, that's why I bought a big TV. In fact, that's his stupid headset costs almost as much as my 85-inch 8K TV. So whatever.
Johnny Drone Flyer.
So whatever.
Well,
Johnny.
Apple is very proud of their stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, all.
Wow,
I'm
what's
going to
this about?
jump off because I have to take the
Jump
wife out
on
for
it.
dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, Tom.
All
thanks,
right.
Bill, for having me on.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Yeah.
It's good seeing
Happy
you
New
again,
Year,
Tom.
everyone.
Happy New Year.
See you all very
Happy
soon.
New Year, Tom.
Healthy.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, I'm going to the South Florida meetup. You remember that story? I had a free pass from Legion. I wasn't going to go because they were talking $700 for the
Kevin?
tickets.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, sorry, no way, man. I ain't paying $800 to fly to Florida for 3 days. You know, and then plus the hotel and everything. I'm like, nah. But then I got the plane tickets. I got the plane tickets for like $200. So round
We
trip.
got another new person in the chat. Hello, Kevin K. Welcome in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Kevin
Lloyd,
K. Happy New Year.
there's
New
an
Year.
app, Lloyd. I don't know if you have it on your Oculus 3. It's called Spatial TV or Spatial.
Spatial.
Yeah,
Which-
yeah.
You have that?
I think I do. I think that's one I downloaded. Yeah.
Okay.
In
So
contrast
if you
to
take your
Spetsnaz
controller,
TV, which would be Russian military.
if you take your controller and you point the laser little pointer thing to the
Yeah.
left of the screen, it'll open up a sidebar and you can watch like I guess it's HBO, but I always watch YouTube in there.
Yeah,
The
that's
cool
what I
thing
watch
about-
my YouTube. Yeah.
The cool thing about Spatial TV is that there's a little bar at the bottom, a little white bar. You can
Mhm.
grab it and you can size the TV as small or as big,
Or as big as you want. Yeah.
and put it anywhere. So you can lay flat on your back in bed and watch it on your ceiling. You know.
Yeah. I was watching Avatar
Mm.
through that, and it I got to admit it was pretty good. It wasn't full VR, but it was still good to have that big screen TV.
Oh
on
yeah, it's
there.
like watching a You don't need a big screen TV because you've got it right
Yeah.
there. There's another
Mhm.
movie app that's called Big Screen TV that is just mind blowing. I mean, you can go. I was talking to people in London.
Are we boring you, Lon?
Yeah.
No, I'm tired. You know, you got your hands free too, which is cool when you have a VR headset. So
Yeah.
that's kind
Well,
of cool.
actually, you do because now
I know where this is going.
now you don't need controllers. They have actual. You can actually point with your finger and pinch.
Yeah, there is.
Now,
Yeah.
Bill, this is for you. Look at this, Bill.
That won't work for me.
Bill showed us his glasses. These glasses, Bill. These glasses here. Let me see here. These glasses. You take these glasses and you plug this. Let's see, where does it plug? I forgot.
I thought that's what you drive around town wearing.
Actually, you can't. The same guy that I don't know if Bill showed that gun stock or not.
No, not yet.
He did.
Make your head go like
I
this.
thought you did.
No, I did not.
I thought you did. You sure?
No, I did not. She did by
Oh, I
holding her
could've sworn you
phone up.
did.
Here, I'll show her right now.
Oh.
Looks too much like a gun, you might get banned again.
No,
Yeah.
No,
It's a
there's
toy.
a different thing.
if you zoom in on that, if you can see it's on a Galaxian table.
Oh yeah.
But you can see his controller.
Yeah.
It took him 20 hours to print that, he said.
No, shit.
Well, I
But
got
I
all
mean,
my Wii stuff still.
it's
You guys
amazing.
want to modify that?
It's amazing.
I still got all that crap, the rackets and all that. I kept forgetting to throw it away. The rackets, the bat, the bowling ball.
Yeah.
The bowling ball. Yeah, I got all that garbage.
So
For
on
the
these
Wii.
glasses, Bill, I'm going to hold this up to the. Okay, so I've got it hooked to my phone, like here.
Oh, those are real views? Which ones are those? Ken did a review on those.
Does it come with a cane?
This is the X Reel.
X Reels.
Let me see.
There
if
might
I-
be the ones that Ken did, the X Reels. I can't remember.
Did it
You
turn
can
on?
use them to fly your drone if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's sensing, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's probably sensing. Yeah.
Can I get in there where you can see it?
Yeah, you can sort of
Oh
see
wow,
it.
that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
You can't really see it.
Okay.
Can't really see it.
I can
but
see it.
you
Yeah,
get
it's
the
got a
idea.
screen. Yeah.
The deal is you can watch. You can. I don't know. It's hard to explain if you can't see it, but it's actually you can
What?
like if you're watching Netflix or something, you can actually watch them on this. Now you can also do a transparency type thing. The same guy that printed that gun stock thing for his MetaQuest 3 was driving to Houston, and he had the screen off to the side so he could see through the glasses.
Right.
So he's wearing these like this. You can see the traffic in real time, but he's got his movie going on off to
Yeah,
the
that's
side.
safe. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, you get distracted enough just trying to.
Well, he has a Tesla. So
That's a great idea.
Oh,
Yeah, he
yeah.
has a Tesla, so you don't got to pay attention when you drive a Tesla.
Yeah,
no,
Yeah,
you
that's
really
true.
don't. You really don't. My
Yeah,
car-
You don't. You
Yeah,
don't.
the whole inside
Billy
windshield
don't
of
pay
a Tesla
attention.
should be a movie projection screen. Because
Might as well be.
I
Yeah.
would not be
Yeah.
surprised if they come out with something like that.
It wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
The
a virtual
transparent,
reality screen.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a heads-up display type thing with, augmented
Hey, man.
reality. Yeah.
Billy don't pay attention. He's had to replace like 5 rims on his Tesla because he keeps
That's what
catching
these are.
potholes and shit because he ain't paying attention.
That looks cool though.
Yeah, this is really a nice. And see these things pop off. You can kind of see through them.
Oh
okay.
yeah,
Mhm. Oh yeah.
those
Yeah.
look those. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I can
They look-
see everybody on this screen, but I can also see my phone inside here.
those.
That's really
Those
cool. You know, I
frames-
got this thing on the top of my in my truck on the top of the dash, and it holds my phone here, so I could play Netflix on my phone over here and look through my windshield and see the traffic in front of me.
You can do that smart.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking.
those glasses just remind me of somebody in the store going, I want to speak to your manager, young man.
Well, back when I was, that's the kind they issued us in the Air Force, or in the military back in the 70s. Well, they've been issuing them since the 60s. Haven't changed the frame. And they were called birth control glasses. Because any guy wearing those was not going to get laid.
Yeah.
So that's you go in, they send you down to the optometrist, and the
Right.
ophthalmologist, whatever, checks your eyes, give you a prescription, then you have to go turn it in supply. And they said, what frames you want? I said, we only have black or brown. I said, what do they look like? He says, they're your standard birth control glasses. I said, okay, whatever, just give me black and be done with it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you look like Buddy Holly. Yeah.
Yeah. Peggy Sue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see. Do.
See, you think that Alexis is just a simple poulterer, but she's not. She's quite the tech savvy.
Yeah.
She's not just a poulterer. Yeah.
I think that's a compliment. Thank you, Lon.
You know what a poulterer is, right? A poulterer is someone that raises poultry,
Right.
like
right.
ducks and
Yeah.
chickens.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
so,
exactly what I
yeah.
took it as. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They raised them. That's what they're
We
doing
had-
with the poultry.
We had 14 duck eggs.
poulterer.
It sounds like
Alterer.
14 duck eggs.
Yeah, poulterer.
Oh, 14.
14.
how many hatched?
Wow.
sounds
I
like
mean,
animal husbandry to me. I don't know.
Did
How
any
many
of them
hatched?
hatch?
I can't hear you.
Did any of them hatch?
No, I put. Well, I think it's too soon because they started laying eggs at 3 months, and I've always seen online that they usually don't start laying eggs until like 6 months. So I put some in the
Early
the
achievers.
incubator. They're just. I don't think they're fertilized. I think, and who knows? I might have 2 female ducks. I don't know. I think it was who was it? Cool Cat in here said I was posting
Mr.
duck
Kitty.
porn.
Yeah.
yeah, duck porn.
Yeah, because
porn, yeah.
I've got one duck that gets on top of one.
Get
back
your
and
duck
the-
on.
in the duck.
Ah, okay.
And then the big one gets.
So
on
that's
top
where
of
the term a duck came
I don't know
from,
which
huh?
is which. I still have. I put a
Yeah.
camera
This one
Wow.
hatched.
Well, that's a chicken.
Yeah.
That's a chicken.
I can't tell. They
Yeah.
got the egg looks the same to me.
No.
What
this
came
is-
first?
Says chick on it, Bill.
So this is what happens after you sit on it.
Baby ducks are called ducklings. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Can they be called
Lesbian
chicks
ducks.
too?
Yeah.
But-
No.
No, they're called ducklings. You're right, ducklings.
You can call
Yeah.
them whatever you want.
And geese, baby geese, are called goslings.
Goslings. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that one I knew. Yep, goslings.
Yeah.
What baby
So-
swans?
Mm-hmm.
Do what?
What are baby swans?
Swans?
Swans. Oh,
Swans or
yeah.
Cygnet?
Cygnets.
Cygnets.
Yeah, yeah.
Cygnets.
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 Yep.
Yeah. Why can't they all just be chicks? I mean, for real. You know?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
one.
People
Yeah.
naming
Or
stupid
baby
ass shit.
birds or chicks, it's easy.
You know, every bird's gotta have a baby bird's gotta have a different name. Come on, man.
yeah.
Sheesh.
What do you call a group of crows?
Lesbian ducks. What are you talking
Brothers.
Group of crows is a murder.
No?
Yes, that's
Bros?
right.
And that means
I knew it
that
was a murder. I'm
means
just
when
messing
you
with 'em.
see one crow around, that's attempted murder. Sorry.
That's good. No, that was good. That was cute. I like that. That was good. Can't complain about cute jokes. That's okay.
Yeah.
Why,
Yeah.
Donnie? Why is he bringing alternate lifestyle ducks up into the picture here?
Because they were discussing. He may,
Johnny's freaky.
she said that she may have two female ducks for all she knows.
Oh.
But one of them,
Getting it
in the
on.
duck porn, one of them was doing. So he just answered, well, lesbian duck.
Well,
They were scissoring.
There's no ducking going on then.
Yeah.
yeah, well, she
Yeah.
needs to give
Yeah.
him this pill called tricoxagon.
What?
You know,
Why
Or
is that?
double up. They could double up.
if
Get like a double.
I had a dime for every gender, I'd have 20 cents.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd almost have a quota. She's got a fanny pack on. That's so cute.
You know, in England, they call them bum bags. Is that right?
It's a bum bag, not a fanny
Bum
bag.
bag.
A bum bag
Yeah,
over here.
yeah, yeah. Fanny means something
I've got
completely
one.
different over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one sitting down there.
This is so much
Oh, yeah.
easier than carrying a handbag because I've been so acclimated to this thing. If I carried a handbag, I'd probably just leave it behind.
Yeah, but if somebody packs your fanny, that's a different story, I think.
That is, yeah.
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 Well,
Yeah.
somebody tries to pack my fanny out.
That's a third date story. What's a
Yeah.
third date story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like
Or there won't be a fourth date.
Right.
I have a headache. Should I have another drink?
Yeah, you should.
Yes, I think you should
Yeah.
have two more.
Well, I mean, that was all whiskey, but it was it's all gone.
yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. How's my speech? Is it okay?
Did somebody steal it?
Am I
Absolutely.
starting my word?
It's good.
And
Yeah, I think I
sounds
will.
good.
It's a
to
whiskey
me.
thief.
Carry on. Please talk about
Okay.
fanny packs and ducking around.
Ducking around.
And that porn.
Yeah. It's a very
Oh,
varied conversation.
Because
Yeah.
my legs hurt.
You know,
I was-
chickens
I
getting
didn't
laid.
want to try
you
to
know.
push my plane into the hangar with a tow bar,
Mhm.
so I just taxied right straight in.
Oh.
Well, that
Oh,
works too, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you call Metro Cab?
Good job.
Did you call
Just had
Metro
to-
Cab and they came and moved it for you?
Do what?
Yellow cab? You said you taxied it in with a yellow cab?
No, I just taxied it in.
Yeah. We'll get you one of those motorized carts.
You're military. You know what taxi means.
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, I know.
We I spent 20 years of my life almost jumping out of planes, so me and planes are very familiar with each other.
yeah.
Why would you jump out of a perfect good airplane? I mean, what's
To kill Sandys. I can tell you exactly why.
Okay.
To kill
yeah.
motherfuckers that fuck with the U.S. That's why.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
I
America.
jumped
Kill
out.
every last
Me.
one of them.
I jumped out of
Every last one of them.
I jumped out of a
That's
Twin Beach.
why.
And, I think it was a 182, but the first plane I jumped out of was a Twin Beach, and I just did it for the fun of it.
You weren't piloting that plane, right?
No,
Just
but
to be clear.
the pilot told my children, because they were small at the time, they were sitting in the back with me, and he put little parachutes on them, and he said the only reason, because there's a big roll-up door, it's about 4 feet wide, because you got to get 3 people out, the 2 jump masters on either side of me when I was first starting. He told my kids, he goes, listen, kids, the only time that you leave that door is if you see me go out before you, because if you do, you'll be the only one on the plane. There's a problem with the plane. He's leaving, and he goes, you count to 3 and you pull this little thing right there, you know. And so they said, okay. They were little, you know. Of course, he didn't have to jump out. But they had the right of their life, because after we all jumped out, there was probably about 15 people on the plane that were jumping.
No, I mean, small children watching their mother jump out of an airplane. Geez, I don't know. Do you think
it was fun.
Do you think that affected them at all?
They had the right of their life, because once all the skydivers were out, he would wing it over and dive straight down.
My dad went out for cigarettes and never came back. Well, my mom jumped the fuck out of an airplane, and you know, I mean, I just
put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I did it. I did it to celebrate my divorce. I got a picture.
Nice.
I've jumped out
You know what,
one
Lloyd?
time, just so I could qualify, and that was it. And I screamed like a little girl all the way down.
What kind of chute did you use? Was it a combat chute, or was it a soft landing where you hit the ground and you do a couple steps and you pick up your chute and you go, oh my God, that was so exciting. As opposed to us.
Yeah, slammed into the ground. That was it. Yeah, this was the 70s. So, you know, we're
there you go.
In order to be a Romad, I had to have jump certification to work with the Army. So with
gotcha.
Nice. So that's just,
where'd they make you do it? Where'd they make you do it?
Where'd they make you do
Fort Bragg.
Oh, you're talking to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably Bragg. It was either Bragg or Benning. So
Yeah,
it
was fun.
But
I did jump school at Benning, but then I did air assault school in Bragg.
Yeah, I just had to get that one certification jump, and I didn't have, because I was Air Force, so it wasn't required. But in order to work as a roadman back then, they call them TAC P now, but I was a radio operator, maintenance, and driver, so roadman. And
I thought you guys just floated to the ground if you jumped out of a plane. You didn't need a chute.
No, I wish. Yeah, no, they. I don't jump. I didn't mind.
Flap your little wings.
I didn't mind coming down. I would much rather rappel out of a helicopter.
Right.
You know,
did you take that class too?
Oh yeah. Because we did a lot of insertions like that. Yeah, we did a lot of insertions in the Central America. So that's.
Did you do the face down rappelling?
No.
Or just straight up feet first? We did a lot of face down stuff and high speed combat rappelling.
Right.
We have to get down right now, or you're going to get shot.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But God, that was a long time ago. I loved flying a chopper far more than I did an aircraft. You know.
What choppers did you guys use? UH-1,
UH-58s
or
no, the
UH-1s or
UH-1s, yeah.
And let's see, OH-50H, UH-1s, the Kiowa,
the Kiowa, yeah. No, we used the UH-1.
BO-105.
Yeah, they had a lot of them left over. Because I went in 74, so there was still a lot of Vietnam.
There's still some flying.
Oh yeah, they're still flying them. Yeah.
There's still some flying. There's still UH-1s flying.
I can hear one start up somewhere. They have the most unique sound to me. There's something about the UH-1 that sounds different than any other helicopter. And
I didn't like the Black Hawk when we went up in the UH-1 for training, and then we went back for research, and they were flying the Black Hawks.
Black Hawks, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the Huey better.
Yeah,
maybe
the Hueys.
It's just me.
Yeah.
How about
I don't
Chinook?
know.
Anybody fly
Yeah, I'd love
Chinook?
to be in one of those.
Yeah, and sea stallions. Yeah, sea stallions and the
Yeah.
Chinook.
Chinooks, yeah.
Jolly
I've been
Green
in, yeah.
Giants. Yeah, yada yada. Yeah.
My
Those are
my
more
main job,
transport. So those
yeah.
are transport choppers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was basically forward observer. That was
Mm-hmm.
because I was your munitions guy. So we had 3-man teams plus the military. So, you know,
Mhm.
you always have one munitions guy in the team. So that way we know
You know,
what,
the funny. Go ahead.
well, it's just so that they got somebody that actually knows what can be delivered and how to deliver it, you know. And we were just
Mhm.
starting to use the A10s. I was in I mean, the A10s, we only had 6 of them when I was in.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Those
worked on
things are bigger than you think they are. I mean, I
Yeah.
saw
Oh, yeah,
one up in
yeah,
San
yeah.
Antonio. I flew up
Yeah,
there.
we got a crew like what, 10 guys? How many people were in there? 8, 10?
Oh, what, the A10s?
What? A10?
No, they do
No.
one. I'm
One.
talking about the Warthog. Warthog.
Yeah, it's the
Warthogs.
Yeah.
They got more than one guy in there.
No,
Yeah, because where it
No.
was 2.
they made one aircraft that had a dual seater, but they've always been single seaters.
Yeah.
the
Yep.
those things are huge.
Thinking of something
I was
else.
sitting on the ramp
Yeah.
at San Antonio because I went up to the FISDO.
Yeah, it is one.
This is when they were going from paper. Your pilot certificate went from paper to plastic because of
Right.
9/11, I guess it was, or something. But anyway, I went up there, and there was 2 or 3 A10s that came in, and I'm like, "Holy crap, Beth! Look how big those things are." Of course, he saw them in the Army with the live ordnance.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
B-52's blowing the hell out of a big hill. He said when they dropped their rack of bombs, the hill was gone. He said it was just like flat.
And I was
Well, so-
on the other end loading those things. So
Oh my God. I never
Yeah.
got to see any of the live ordnance, but those things are a lot bigger than they look. You know, like you
Yeah.
see a photo
Yeah.
of them and they're like, oh, okay, it's a
well,
fight.
you load a full set of racks across, and you're looking at I mean, it's like having 6 or 7 regular aircraft. You know,
Yeah.
'cause
And they're still
they-
flying to this day.
oh yeah, they're on the.
Mhm.
I think they're on the E or the F model now.
Yeah, they're in the
worked on-
F, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
the F. Yeah, I thought they just come out and just did another refurb.
I'm glad they're
I
not.
worked on the A10As.
Well, they were supposed to retire them, but they stopped.
Yeah.
They were going to retire them and just use the F-35 Lightnings. But USA I'm looking it up here. AF gained congressional permission to start retiring A-10s in 2023. But further retirements were paused until the USAF can demonstrate that the A-10's close air support capabilities can be replaced.
Well, the Marine says the Marine said if you retire them, we want them. We'll train our pilots on them. So
Yeah. The A10 is just such a I don't know, man. It's just an amazing aircraft. man.
Devastating.
Yeah.
everything I
said
did,
that.
that's my
Still fly.
Jeff
everything
said
I
that when
did
they
in the
winged over and
service.
they came
Yeah.
down and they lit up the Gatling guns, he said they
Oh,
just
yeah.
go
Yeah.
brrr, like that. He said it was the most amazing sound.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I'm that was my MOS was firing a Vulcan cannon was my MOS.
Really.
Oh, was it?
So my secondary, yeah. I was 11 Bravo and then 16 Romeo. And 16 Romeo was a Vulcan cannon.
Was that the
M203.
okay? Was that was it 20 millimeter?
20 millimeter. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had the 20
yeah.
millimeter version. I think the Navy has a 30 millimeter. I think the A10
Right.
has a 30 millimeter cannon, but
Yeah,
it's only
they-
3 barrels, correct? Is that correct?
No,
Or is it
7
6?
barrels. 7
Yeah.
on the
It's a
A10.
Gatling
It's a
gun.
7 barrel. Yeah.
Well, no, ours is a Gatling
Yeah.
gun too with 6 barrels though. Ours is 6
Right.
barrels.
Except that the
The
C.
A10 had
A10C.
the Gal 8 has one more barrel than the M61A1 did, or the Vulcan.
Mhm.
Vulcan.
Oh, we
Now
got
that
Bob
was
Casey
something.
over
300
on my-
rounds.
Hey,
Yep.
Bob,
300 rounds right effing now, bro. 20 millimeter coming down range at you.
Right.
right
I
now.
started out loading. I started out on
Right.
A7s loading the 20 millimeters, and then when they they first brought the A10s. Well, on the load crews, there was one crew that had gone out to California when they were doing their initial testing, and then they came back and then they started certifying. because you have to go in and be certified on how to do all this by the book, and which doesn't always happen in real life, but we had to do it. And I was on the second load crew that was ever certified on those, and like the first infrared camera system was used on the A-10. It was on the AGM-65, which is a air-to-ground missile, the Maverick missile. And I did the testing. I did all the initial testing on that too, because
Isn't that crazy? I did a bunch of testing with the head tracking. They came out with head tracking for the Chaparral missile system, the Patriot missile system, and then they even tried it on the Vulcan, although they wanted to use it on the Sergeant York. I don't know if everybody remembers that failed little experiment. What was it, PIVADS, where it had four cannons? Yeah. And that failed bad. 2020 put an end to that program. They got all the numbers, and they found out the military had spent billions of dollars and had nothing to show for it, or something like that. Yeah. So they put an end to it. So we went back to Vulcan cannons because we were supposed to transfer from the Vulcans to the Sergeant, and then we ended up going right back to the Vulcan.
Right back to Vulcans. Yeah, it's still a good gun. You know, it's still a good system. And
devastating.
When those 30 millimeters, we took the rounds right out of the ammo cans and put them on a load belt. This is before they came up with the Dragon that they used to, which is all loaded now down at
the linking system.
We had a conveyor linked, because it's a linkless system. But to load them, we had to pull them out. You know, that's where the high explosive
and load them in the drum. You had to load them in one by one in the drum.
Well, yeah, it 2 guys, 2 cans, every other one. You know, because you're taking the old brass out. One guy's taking the old brass out, and the other guy's putting the new stuff in. So, and so the guy that had the worst job was the one who had to handle the ammo cans, because he had to put a fresh ammo can for each one of us. So we did it all by hand.
He's filling the empties, and he's
I'm emptying. Yeah, so it's
All right, they have 30 millimeter cannon, rotary cannon.
30 millimeter.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. You know, they have a 20 and then a 30.
30 by 173 GAU 8A Avenger autocannon.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful aircraft cannons ever flown. The GAU 8 is hydraulically driven, seven barrel rotary cannon designed for anti-tank roll and a high rate of fire. Wow.
And the rounds they put in there too, some of those rounds are nasty.
The original design can be switched by the power to 2100 or 4200 depleted uranium armor-piercing shells per minute.
And at the time we were loading
uranium, depleted uranium. Oh my God!
And we were loading, we were handling those rounds by hand. You know, I mean, we were slinging them. So that's
something. The difference between, I bet they wouldn't do it today.
No,
but when I was in too,
they came up with a newer system, and they can load the drums, and they bring they got a big system. It's like on a cart. So the guys out on the flight line don't handle it. The only people that handle it are the people in munitions shops
right
that deliver it. And I loaded up, and that's they think that because of exposure to uranium, or I was also out in Nevada a lot too, so I think that's what caused the EMS in a lot of the veterans, because they were exposed to either Agent Orange and or the uranium. Of course, with me, I was handling the depleted uranium by hand, so
we got exposed to fire retardant.
They later changed it to a fixed 3,900 rounds per minute. God, it takes about 30 half a minute to get started up.
Yeah,
and then
once that thing starts rolling,
rounds in the first 30 seconds, and then after that, it's like 70 rounds per second.
Yeah. Some of the funnest time in my life is being on the firing range in Crete and in northern Germany. firing the Vulcan cannon. Some of my favorite
Oh yeah, yeah.
things I've done in my entire life,
Right.
bar nothing. Is
What
stand
aircraft?
runner, and they would fly a plane by, and they would drag a target behind it, and we'd shoot at the target with those
You ever
Vulcan
see, you ever
cannons.
see those
Oh my
videos where
God,
they,
that was
they
fun.
show the dollar sign, how much it's costing to fire the weapon? You know how many dollars are passing by every second as you're bearing down on whatever your target is. It's
Yeah.
just thousands of dollars per minute. Per
It's
second.
close. It's close between that and driving our APCs and Vulcan cannons through the middle of Germany, through the streets. You're not allowed to do
Yeah.
that shit here in the U.S., but we got away
Right.
with it in Germany. We put rubber
Yeah.
pads on the tracks and
Right.
drive them right through town. Middle
There
of the
you
night.
I've got my tricep has from here all the way around the back. My tricep has been because I got my arm stuck up into the gears of that 30 millimeter.
Where were you, Ramstein?
Huh? My
Fucking line.
Who?
no.
No, I was in Stuttgart.
Stuttgart.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
My
we-
brother
Air
spent
Force Base.
16 years in Germany in the Air Force. He was at Ramstein. I think he was at Stuttgart.
Yeah, Ramstein's an Air Force base. I was in the Army. So.
Yeah. You
Well,
were,
apparently it was both.
Bless
Whatever
your
base he was
heart.
on had both. Was Air Force and Army.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah,
But I was on
yeah.
the Army base. Yeah, I was on the Army base. Yeah. And then
Like,
we do border. We do border duty on the Czech border in Misau
He was in the AG office.
every 3 months, every quarter.
Jack
Right.
was in Germany
they put
a
on
couple
them.
different times
Right.
in the army.
What's that,
Can't
Mark?
hear.
Mark said something, guys.
He loved Germany, my brother, by the
How
way.
many rounds do they put on that plane if it can fire that many bullets in a second?
What's that drum hold? 5,000?
I'm thinking
Something like that.
I think it's around
5,000 or
6,000
6,000.
rounds. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
So
yeah. If I remember right, it was 6,000, 6,500. It's been a while. You know, I've slept since then. It was
Yeah.
last time I loaded one of those was 1979, I guess. I got out in 80, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
well, 3 minutes worth.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the other thing is that they can only do them in short bursts. That's why you hear it go in double
Yeah.
bursts, because if they hold on to it, those barrels will come out. They'll be glowing, and it
Yeah.
warps the barrels. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a selector. You can fire, I believe. Now, don't quote me because I'm with Lloyd. It's been like 30 years, right?
Yeah.
But I believe it was 60, 100, 300 round bursts. You didn't
Right,
fire
right.
3,900 rounds. You didn't go.
No.
"Brrrr."
Yeah.
Well, people got to understand.
You know, it was-
they watch too many war movies. They think that these guys are dogfighting, and they're just pulling that trigger and just sending rounds. And they got like 2 minutes worth. In the fighters in World War II got like 2 minutes of 2 minutes of firing. They don't have that kind. But that's a lot of lead. I mean, it's
meltdown, exactly. That's
Yeah,
what
no,
that's
you-
what it'll do. Melt those
Yeah,
barrels.
it'll seize it up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We normally did 100 round bursts, and which is bad enough because the 20 millimeter rounds are about a half a grenade each when you use the exploding rounds. So
Yeah, the ATIs or the
thank you. Yeah.
All right.
And that's about a half a grenade each. You still send 300 of those down range. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, the Geneva Convention or whatever decided during the Vietnam War they wanted to make it illegal to use them as anti-personnel weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the story according to AI Overview. 30 millimeter cannon, blah blah blah, can hold up to 1,350 rounds of ammunition.
Okay.
However, the gun usually holds 1174.
Okay. The gun. Yeah.
Rate of fire 3,900 rounds per minute because they did a fixed after they remember I said they had the two settings, but now and then it says trigger pulls are 2 seconds, 2 seconds per trigger, also known as combat burst. The Warthog is also equipped with other weapons, including AGM-65 Maverick air-to-surface missiles, cluster bombs, Hydra 70 rocket pods, GPS and laser-guided bombs, and AIM-9 Sidewinder air-to-air missiles.
Sidewinders.
It's just
Yep. Loaded those before.
devastating. Just-
Enough bullets.
A10s are just
So at 2
A10s, man.
that's 15 goes at shooting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember when they're using those guns is generally, well, yeah, they do it against personnel, but yeah, and I knew they were short burst,
Yeah.
and they're usually a double burst like that. But they, another thing on those certain on the especially for armor piercing, the inside the round itself, inside the bullet head, it had what's called a shaped charge, so that when the tip would penetrate, it had that it had the incendiary, it had the uranium, depleted uranium, which once it's ignited, it's just, it melts through, and then the charge was is called a shaped charge,
Right.
and it actually forced the explosion forward into the tank first, and then the round follows in behind. So
Wow.
there's a lot of, those little 30 millimeter rounds, there's a lot in them. Well, they're probably about that long, but there's a lot of stuff packed in there. Primers, gyros, all sorts of stuff that they've got in there.
Well, there's several rounds. So in the 20 millimeter, I can't speak to the 30 millimeter.
Right,
The 20 millimeter, they had several different rounds.
Right,
And
yeah,
some
they
of them
do
were
too.
evil. Some was there phosphorus rounds? I can't remember, but some of them were just plain flat evil.
Yeah.
They're plain flat evil. And period.
Yeah, that was, the white phosphorus rounds were nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I hated loading anything that had, well, it's like,
If you're flying over tanks at 600 miles an hour, 2 seconds is a long pull because you're gone. You're there, you're gone. And in 2 seconds, if you catch them for a half a second, you put several hundred rounds into that tank.
Yeah.
And it's done. Right. It's done.
And the A-10 with its wings straight out the way they are, because they just go straight out to the side instead of tapered back like most aircraft, that allows them to do, just like if you put two sticks together and you just spun it, that's basically, you're just moving forward. It can return to its starting point in just a very short amount of time. So they can come back and do another strafe on that same tank, and they're going to take it out. If they didn't get it the first time, they will the second.
What's the top speed of
It's
it?
radar guided, right? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't.
No,
Yeah, she has.
Bill's looking it up. It's probably 600 pounds. It's probably 600 miles per hour.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. There was a passenger jet where they were flying along, and this F-22 was right next to him, and the pilot of the passenger plane said, "Too close for missiles, switching to guns."
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, 460.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
460.
460. I didn't think it was 600. I thought
anybody?
it was
Believe in that.
slow.
Anybody ever? Yeah.
I mean, you're coming up on a 30 foot, a target that's 25, 30 feet long. You're right past it.
Yeah.
But you're raining. You're not going to miss it.
Oh.
According to this, at 4,000 feet, 80% of the bullets fall within 40 feet. So,
you're target locking before you fire anyway.
Once it spins up, it's
Yeah.
You're not Sopwith Camel in it. You know what I mean? You're not
No,
Snoopy and the Red
exactly.
Baron in it. You know what I mean? You get a radar lock before you pull the trigger.
Right.
you get a radar lock. You radar lock and then you pull the trigger.
You get
every round's probably hitting that tank. Almost every round's probably hitting that tank.
Beep.
You know what I mean? Anybody ever watch those simulations where they bring like 3 A-10s back to World War II? And they fly against the Luftwaffe. Yeah. Those are hilarious. And it changes the whole thing. It changes the whole war.
Yeah, Selfridge.
Oh,
Well, I just asked my phone, what's the top speed of a warthog? And it said 34 miles per hour.
That right?
Yeah.
But then
I
I
didn't know those
said,
little bastards were that fast. That's smooth.
Yeah, 4 miles an hour. Shit.
I said, what's the top speed of an A-10 that said 439 miles per hour? It said,
Right.
I know. I saw
That's the
420.
question.
One said 420. One said 460. Maybe it depends what model it is.
Yeah.
Well,
It depends. It's
24 miles.
sea level, 15,000 feet, 4,000. It's all different.
when they're fully loaded, of course, that slows them down. So when you
Yeah.
got all 11 stations packed
Mm.
full of stuff, the
Mhm.
problem they were having when they did the initial test fully loaded was they were going too slow. They were like 210 miles an hour, which is just above stall speed. That's as fast as they could get going. So they went through and redesigned. They changed out the bomb racks to lighter ones, took them from like the F4 and stuff like that, and put in an older style, but brand new, but used that style and made them lighter. And then they put in front of the foot pads that keep your
Hi,
racks and
Timmy.
bombs. They put little aerodynamic fins on them so that they would so they could qualify, because they had to be a minimum, I think, of 220 miles an hour in order, fully loaded, in order to be certified by the Air Force. So that's what they did. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, when they were going 34 miles an hour, they really figured they had to do some redesigning, right?
yeah, they had to redesign it when it was going that
Yeah.
slow. Yeah,
Yeah. Like
I'm
wing
saying 420 to 460, but 460 is what
Yeah.
Wikipedia is saying.
yeah.
If that means anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, about 550. Oh, they're not going to catch them.
Yeah.
Fast enough, I guess.
You can. They used
Yeah.
when they first started. They don't do it now because the outside pylons, they only load with a single bomb now. But we used to do from the outside. The two outside 1 and 11 would have was called a TER, or triple ejection rack, which means they could put 3 bombs per pylon. And then as you go in, you'd start going in with either TERs, or let's see, 1 and 2, 10 and 11
Brenda.
had the triple, and then they started putting in where they could put 6. So
Brenda.
they can load a lot of bombs on that thing. One
Mhm.
pylon can have up to 6 500 pounders on there.
Hi, Sunstar. How you doing?
It's Brenda.
There's Brenda.
Brenda.
Hello, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda.
Anyway,
Yeah, cool, kid. I worked on the Vulcan. It's the M62. I was on the A1 because I'm old, and then they came out with the A2. That's a 20 millimeter, 6,000 round per minute Gatling gun,
Right.
Sparrow Gatling gun. It can fire
Yeah.
up to 6,000 rounds per minute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, oh boy.
Who put out I can't remember who, I think it was General Electric is the one who put out the GAL 8 or a 30 millimeter, and I can't remember who put out the 20, which
General Dynamics makes it
General
now,
Dynamics,
or
yeah,
made it
General
last.
Dynamics, yeah.
Made it last, but General Electric was involved initially.
Yeah.
Brother
Yeah.
worked for General Dynamics for years.
Hmm.
Yep. He's a
Yeah, the radar system was good
military
on that thing too.
contractor, my
Actually,
brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The
General
They made it
Electric
lighter, Mr. Kitty.
The GAO 8A Avenger is General Electric.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And
Yeah, they made it weigh like 200 pounds. Remember that movie where the guy was holding but he was holding the minigun. He wasn't
right,
holding the
he was holding a minigun. Yeah.
M62A1.
Yeah.
What is the model of that? I can't.
Oh, I don't even remember what the minigun was.
I can't remember what I never used it or seen. I've never even seen it in real life.
Yeah,
So but I know it existed.
we loaded the miniguns on the A7 and on F4s, but I don't remember what the model number was. we loaded gun pods which had the minigun in them. So
Ooh, M134. Maybe.
that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. It's 7.62.
Yeah.
It's also 2,000 to 6,000
And
rounds per minute.
The 20 millimeter that Lon loaded, well, I did too, and it started out, but the M61, it was the M61A1 when I was in. I don't know what it was by the time, but they were electrically primed, whereas the 30 millimeter is percussion primed. They've got a regular, percussion primer on them. But
Oh,
yeah, but
I didn't know that. There you go.
Yeah.
There's something I learned right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
they sent a voltage shot into those 20 millimeters, and which when we
Oh
went
no,
in,
I
that's
knew
what.
that. I didn't know about the 30.
Oh,
I
you
figured it was
30. You didn't know
electric
about
too.
the 30. No,
I
it's
figured it would be
percussion.
electric too.
Yeah,
I don't see how
Yeah,
you
we-
can go that fast with a percussion, but maybe that's why it's slower, and that's why the 20 millimeter can do 6,000 rounds, and yours
Yeah.
can only do 3,000
Right.
rounds.
Yeah, yeah.
M61A1 Vulcan cannon, 6-barrel,
Yeah.
20 millimeter weapon,
Mhm.
capable of firing
Mhm.
6,000 rounds per minute.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
the
Mhm,
fastest.
mhm.
That's the fastest Gatling gun there is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we had it in 2 versions. Look up a Gamma Goat once. We used to pull them behind the Gamma Goat as well when I was in rapid deployment. And then when I went to an air defense unit, we had them mounted in M203s, the APCs, Armored Personnel Carriers.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
which is better, way better. But Gamma Goats are fun. They're a 6-wheeled articulating transport.
Yeah.
And it actually swam, which they made us do once, and we were all terrified because we didn't think it was going to make it.
Yeah.
you hit the pond and you went, you just put it on the floor, baby, and you set the throttle, and you just
Yeah.
doing this the whole time. It's like, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby. Okay, woo.
Yeah.
Because they would
Navy-
swim, but not very well.
20 millimeter cannons are nothing like World War II 20 millimeter cannons.
Oh no.
The knock on those things was distance. They would start to drop, and you wouldn't hit anything. Like, for
Yeah.
example, the Sea Whiz, as you guys know what that is, affectionate name given to the 20 millimeter Vulcan cannon aboard the USS George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier. It fires 4,500 rounds per minute and can hit a target 5 miles away, and has bullets that are twice the normal size, whatever that means. So it's not just 20 millimeters; it's the length of it.
Yeah.
5 miles away. That's pretty impressive.
Wow.
5 miles.
Yeah.
5 miles. Wow.
I was good for 5K, not 5 miles though.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's Wikipedia, but
No,
20,
that's-
our
no,
20
that's
mil, we were good for 5K.
Smithsonian Magazine.
Oh,
Okay, they probably got it
Okay.
right. Yeah.
okay.
They probably got it right then, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. You know, with the Sea Whiz,
No, with
it's
the
very
Sea
similar
Whiz,
to a
I'm-
Vulcan cannon. So
Yeah, well, they're radar aimed. You know,
Yeah.
nobody's actually aiming those things.
same as mine.
Right.
Mine was radar aimed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got lock and tone, and I had to keep following the target.
Radar love.
See,
And
that
it's so
was the
cool because
difference.
I'm looking here, and the barrel would be like doing one of these because they would
Right.
adjust for windage.
Yeah.
And drop and everything.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking here, and the barrel would be here, you know, and it'd be doing one of these.
Well, and the difference in an
Yeah.
aircraft is you've got you don't have a rotation, so you're fixed. Is if you ever look at the front of the AT&T aircraft, you'll notice the gun is slightly offset from the nose. It's down under the nose, but it's slightly offset. The reason is so that when the round that's going to shoot, the primary round that's coming up to fire, that's always centered right under the pilot. So if he's looking through his HUD system and he's got a sight on the guy through his
Because
HUD,
the gun's this big around.
yeah, it's a huge round, and so they had to offset it so that they could have the actual live round or the firing round, which is right in line. And if you look at it, you'll see that barrel, the top barrel is going to be right in line with where the pilot sits in the HUD system. The HUD system is the heads-up display. Well, actually, they use helmets now that have built-in HUD, but the heads-up display was it was shined in the mirror and reflected up onto the canopy or
Canopy?
the front windscreen. Yeah.
It's just interesting, you know, thinking back on that stuff. Go ahead.
Oh,
Art,
yeah.
what?
Yeah, at the Air Force Academy, they have a B-52 that was used in Vietnam. And it was one of 2 that shot down a MiG jet with its rear tail gun.
Tail gun. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So that's an interesting fact there.
That's another aircraft that's been around forever and is still flying.
Yeah, still flying. It's on 70 years now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just
Oh,
Yep.
don't even talk to me. Let's talk about the C-131.
that's yeah,
131.
There you
yeah,
go.
That was our jump. That was our jump plane, and they're still
yeah,
flying those,
yeah,
if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, do still producing music.
Mhm.
I think the Wright brothers were involved in the design of the C-131.
Yeah,
You know, Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yikes. That plane's been around forever. I've been in some junky C-131s too, son. I've been in some, you're freezing your ass off. You're up there.
Yeah,
You're
they're
up
not-
there
they're-
on the
yeah, they're-
transport and you're freezing your ass off.
yeah, because there is absolutely no insulation in those walls. Yeah.
Okay.
I
The
like
C-130,
And they're sitting on
Convair
park benches.
Convair C-131 Samaritan. It
Yeah,
was,
like-
it was retired in 1990, according to this. But its first flight was September 22nd, 1949.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
that particular one. And they were sitting on a bench, and their idea of a seatbelt was basically a strap,
Rope.
like a
Yeah.
like a leather belt, like a leather belt, and you like a belt. You know what I mean? That was their idea of a seatbelt. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're freezing your ass off.
Mhm. Dress
You don't have
warmly.
to take a dump. And don't
Yeah.
have to take a dump. Don't do it to yourself. Because if you
don't-
thought it was
don't-
cold in
don't-
the main cargo bay, it's way colder in the bathroom because yeah. Let's say the
air drop.
waste doesn't go in. It
No,
doesn't. Yeah, the air
Yeah, it
drop.
goes-
Yeah, so it's even
The
colder in there.
The C-130 was introduced. It was manufactured since 1954, and it's still in service today.
Right. Yeah. C-130.
That's what I was
is-
talking
yeah.
about. I'm not sure. Yeah.
You said 131. Damn it!
Did
Well,
I?
You said
Yeah, you said
131.
131.
Accept my
Yeah.
apologies. Accept my
Yeah.
apologies. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've put in a lot of hours on the C-130. God, they're just, you know,
Well, they're reliable. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
they
do
that's
what
the
they're
thing.
supposed
Never
to do.
made, short landing and takeoffs. That was part of their thing. They can come down.
C-131. What the hell is a C-131?
I think it's
Yeah.
an old.
Oh, I'm conflating a C-130 and a C-141.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
131 was
I've never
called
been
the
on a
C-
C-131, but I've been on a C-141,
Was
and
a
I've been on a
right.
and I've been on a C-130, and I've been on a C5 Galaxy too.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
131
been on
was
that.
called the Samaritan.
Galaxy too.
Samaritan, and it was in service a long friggin' time, from 1949 to 1990. So
Yeah.
it's not that
Yeah.
obscure. But the 130s from 1954 till now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, I figured I wasn't going to correct you because I figured that's what you were talking about when you said jump plane. Because,
You say the
Yeah.
devil as well.
do what?
do what?
120 as well.
There was, yeah. God, that's an old one.
Yeah.
Oh,
C1.
Jesus, what the hell is this thing? Sorry. the Convair C-131. What the? Yeah. I conflated a C-141 and a C-130 there. My bad. That's pretty funny.
My brother's second wife used to do midair refueling. I don't know what the hell she was, but she was actually a boom operator. That's a dangerous job.
Operator.
Yeah, she's inserting stuff in the holes.
Oh,
It's moving.
That's what she said.
Interesting job. Kinda
Giggity.
dangerous.
Giddy.
141 Star Lifter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The 131
that's
was
retired too.
was a tail dragger.
2006.
They've retired it.
Yeah, the C-131 just looks like a passenger plane.
No.
or
The
something.
130 is still in. The 141 is retired.
No,
The 141 is retired.
yeah, the
Wow.
C-130. I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't
2006.
either.
No, how would I know? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you?
I will be back in just a minute, gentlemen.
Are there any
I'm
C-141
surprised they
still
retired
flying?
it.
There are 15 C-141s, including the Hanoi Taxi, now on static display at various air museums around the United States. So you're getting old, Lon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am old. There's no doubt about
You're
that.
flown on retired planes.
Yep.
Yeah, you know you're old when you've flown on retired planes. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the C5 Galaxy. I'm looking to see if it's retired too.
Yep.
That's actually
Oh, apparently there's still 52 of them in the air. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So at least they haven't retired that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't seem like they have.
C-130 was. They haven't. I looked it up. The Air Force still has 52 of them. That's a big ass jet right there, the C5 Galaxy.
I think
That's what we dropped this for rapid deployment out of. So
it's a little bit bigger than a 747.
yeah, that's what they dropped us out of for rapid deployment.
They
When we dropped our equipment.
Yeah, the C5s, they stopped manufacturing them in 89. The C5B was 85 there, but they're still flying them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they did a good job. Yeah, did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's where all that billions of dollars went. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny though. I'm going to tell Loy that we did all that training for jump school and jump training and stuff, but I've never actually had to jump for combat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I don't know when the last time anyone's jumped into combat. No, maybe missions, but not. You know what I'm saying? Like World War II style.
Right.
100, 200, 300 thousands of guys, coming in. I don't know if anybody does that anymore. I don't know if when the last time we've done anything like that.
No, we haven't done it recently. They did it in Israel recently.
Thousands of people jumped in?
Hundreds. When they attacked Israel.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, we've done that probably last week, I'll be honest with you. There's missions like that go on all the time. Trust me.
Yeah.
When they got al-Baghdadi, that's how they got in the country probably.
I doubt
if I was guessing.
We paratrooped to kill civilians.
Yeah. But that's 10, 20 guys at a pop. I'm talking, World War II style. The movies. Hundreds of parachutes coming down. Yeah.
I have an answer. The last large-scale combat parachute operation by the U.S. military was Operation Northern Delay on March 26, 2003, during the invasion of Iraq. The operation involved dropping paratroopers in northern Iraq. In March 2023, the 173rd Airborne Brigade commemorated the 20th anniversary of Operation Northern Delay with an airborne operation. The operation showcased the capabilities of the C-17 aircraft, which the U.S. military frequently uses for global airlift and airborne operations. The ones doesn't say numbers though. I was looking for numbers, but that's
what I'm wondering, because large scale. I'm thinking like 5,000 guys being dropped, not 100.
950.
You know what I mean?
It says 950. March
large
26th,
scale.
more than 950 paratroopers from the 173rd Airborne Brigade, commanded by Colonel Bill Mayville, blah, 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 consisted of blah, blah, blah. And it was more than 950. C-17s. We didn't talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the replacement for the C-141, I think.
The Globemaster 3.
Yes.
Actually, I think the 17
that's the replacement
was
for the
sort of
C-141.
The 141 and the C5, they were there because they're pretty big. They are.
So 2003, 22 years ago. Was the last time.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, the 100, you was talking. I had my headset in so I could hear you guys talking about the large scale. I remember when my brother was in Vietnam, and he was with the 173rd. They're the ones that got pretty well wiped out on the 8th of November. There's a country song about it, anyways. But by Big and Rich, and he was one of the replacements right after it happened. He was there in December. But he said the first time they jumped, he wrote this letter home to us. He says, "Yeah, first jump I had to make into combat. We landed in rice paddies, and we were pinned down by Charlie for 4 hours. So we had to duck under and come back up." Of course, me not knowing anything, I wrote to him and said, Who's Charlie and why was he shooting at you? Yeah. This
Did
this
he
was like,
mention he smelled like shit?
yeah, yeah. He was, yeah.
Rice patties are nasty.
They're nasty.
I did a
yes,
stint in Korea. Yeah, and rice patties are nasty.
right. Yeah, but yeah, he was
And
with
they
the
use human waste
123rd.
in them sometimes too. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, because they bought our waste. They used to come and get our waste off base and then use it in the
Or
fields.
fertilizer. Yeah,
We're known for that.
Yep.
We have high quality waste.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. Yeah, no shit.
Ah. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what we poop out's better than what some people eat, quite frankly. So
Yeah.
in certain parts of the world,
Yeah.
you know, so
My voice
it's higher
started to
nutrition.
this is the second show this evening that we've been discussing shit, human
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. We were
Paul
discussing
was
it on
talking
Fort
about
Murray.
Paul was talking about his lack thereof
Yeah, yeah.
and what he's
He hadn't
and
had a
it went
bowel
downhill from
movement
there.
in several weeks.
Well, the workers they go to the bathroom right when they don't go in, like out of the
Right, yeah, they just
They
use
just take a
rice
dump right
patties,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right, the C-130 was
Nice.
what they used to evacuate the forces out of
C-17.
Afghanistan.
C-17, but I know what you meant.
I saw C-17 and I was still stuck on the C-130.
Mhm.
See,
Mhm.
the 130, I hated them because they were turboprops, so they were noisy. And
Noisy.
the 141 at least was quieter because it had the just straight jet engines instead of the turboprops. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Turbo
either
prop, that's
one.
a lot. You're right. It's loud. You would jump out of that
Yeah.
plane just to get away from the noise.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's
Drop
no,
that 8
there's
down.
no insulation in the back.
Yeah.
You want to talk about having a headache? You come in, you go out the night before like an idiot, and then they call
Right,
an alert, and then everybody has to line up and get on the plane and go jump. And you're in the back of their coat. It's wintertime in Germany, and you're cold as fuck, and you got a hangover, or you're still drunk. And they're like, go, go, go. And you're like, yes, I'm more than happy to go. Let me out of here.
We were coming back from we had flown from Tucson out to Fort Polk and England Air Force Base doing joint maneuvers with them. And like I said, we only had 4 at first we only had 4 A-10s, but we had 6 pilots. Well, we had 4 mains and 2 reserves. And so they took 8 pilots so they could rotate. And they flew them all out there, flew the 6 aircraft out, but then a couple pilots had to ride with us. Well, our best A-10 pilot, he was a hot shot. That guy could make that thing dance. And it was just amazing to watch him fly. He rode back with us back there, and that's like 6 hours coming back on that thing because it's slower than mud, from Louisiana to Arizona. It was a long flight, I say 6 hours, it's probably only 4, but it was long, it was cold, it was miserable. And he got airsick because it didn't help but the pilot up front was letting the second pilot, he was letting him do, working on touch and goes in the air. So they were doing this number. This poor pilot, he was just like, he lost it. He had to get up and run to the back to the little funnel thing they got back there. They
call it a toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, that they call it. And then he has to crawl. He finally crawled up on top of the pallets and slept on them because he was sicker than a dog. And he was sitting next to me when I said, "You're not getting airsick, are you?" He says, "Oh, I said, "You roll that aircraft everywhere," and he says, "I don't know what the hell that pilot's doing." Yeah, he was. Yeah, that was it. He says, "I'm not in control of this, and this is scaring the hell out of me."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, welcome to my world now."
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Doesn't surprise
and
me.
everybody ragged on him. And he looks at me and says, "I'd tell you not to tell anybody, but I already know this is going to go all around the base before my feet hit the ground, probably." I said, "Yeah, probably."
But that really does make
Everybody's gonna be like, "What's that, bud?"
Yeah. Oh, you're the guy that
What's the
lost his
difference
lunch.
in
You're the
the
pilot that lost his lunch on the 130. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's flying the plane? I mean, if you're not flying it, that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wasn't flying. It was and as I said, they were doing these dip-de-doos in the air, trying to come down and then drop down and then back up, and
Mm-hmm.
that was funny.
Hey,
It was
look,
just
we're weightless.
He was
Yeah.
practicing his evasion maneuvers or whatever.
He kept and finally the load master came back and was asking what was going on. I said, what in the hell? I asked him, so what the hell are they doing up there? And he says, oh, yeah, I was supposed to come back about 30 minutes ago telling you they were doing some touch and go in the air practice. And I was like, okay, and that pilot, he was like, he actually, his stomach settled for just long enough. And he walked up there. He said, and whatever the pilot, he says, whatever you're doing, he says, knock it off. I'm getting sick back here. And they both looked at him and just laughed.
Yeah.
He outranked him. That was the reason he went up there and said something, because he was a major,
Oh.
Oh wow.
He'd seen combat in Vietnam, so he was, he'd been around for a little while, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
but that was
He's
that
not
was
the
so
one with
funny.
which to fuck, because he might only be a major, but I guarantee you he knew all the colonels. He probably knew the
Oh yeah,
the general. He
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
played golf with him. Yeah, he's not the one. He's not the one to fuck with, dude. He probably did
Yeah.
combat. He was probably in combat with the general on base.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Those aren't the guys you want to mess with.
yeah.
Yeah,
They had-
if you're on the back of a crotch rocket, it's a different situation than if you're the operator.
right, yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Michael.
Yeah.
Cool cat. Mm-hmm.
There I
Valid
was ragging on Paul or ragging on Art about not reading the chat. And I forgot to bring my chat back up when I came here. So.
What do you got watching this? Like Cool Cat, and that's it.
Yeah,
It
I think
says
Cool
there's
Cat's the only
13.
one
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah, he's the only one participating.
Commenting, but there's
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
Brian's in there too. He commented
Yeah.
recently.
Chuck was in
Oh,
there.
B-Rye.
Bob Casey was in there.
Yeah.
Sound off if you're here, folks.
Speaking of which, maybe we should call it. It's been
Yeah, I think it's a
2
good
hours
idea
and
to
46
call it.
minutes.
Yeah.
Sounds
Stratotanker. That's what my ex sister-in-law used to fly on. It's a KC 135 Stratotanker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Boom operator on that. Yep. Interesting job. But anyway.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah.
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 It's been
I,
good
I-
being back here.
It was interesting. I didn't think we'd have anything to talk about. I haven't been on for 2 weeks, and I thought
2
wow,
hours and
I got
45
nothing.
minutes. We've had something to talk about.
Fortunately, yeah, we sure
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I could go like 2 more hours talking about whatever.
Yeah.
You know, bring up random
Well,
shit.
we'll drop off and we'll just leave you here, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's sit there and talk about old army stuff for the next 3 hours.
there you go.
Yeah.
Like who made the best chicken in Nuremberg?
I
Who got the best gyro?
And all I can talk is through other people because it wasn't me. You know, I could because you my brother, but anyway, felt like I was there. Anyway,
We needed civilians to support us. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
shut up. So
Yeah, exactly.
let me. Where's that stupid thing? I can't find it.
You
My
can't.
goodbye song. Where is it?
You want to see the wait list?
Oh, there it is. Okay, found it. Okay, you guys
Okay.
ready to say goodnight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good
Oh,
night.
please, let me leave.
There you go.
Oh.
Now it's time to say
Oh,
goodbye
who's that?
to Bill and all the tribe. Thank you all for coming, and we hope you will subscribe. You're all invited back next week to watch another show. We're all too drunk and tired, so we're gonna have to go.
Good night, Brian. Good night. Good night,
Y'all
Mike.
come out now.
Good night, all.
Good night, Jim Bob.
This has been a Bill Ways